So I'll give it a go. Yeah, it's fine. No problem. So
it's Sunday morning. So what's your favorite swear words?
You know what?
Alphabetically.
Nah, Josh, let's go to some of your least favorite races. Let's go. Let's rank
Do you want them alphabetically?
Yeah. If you could do that, that'd be great.
Well, I mostly hate white.
And that's fair. It is.
No, me, self-hatred, gasp.
I like your sonic screwdriver vape that you seem to have.
I mean, do I still have it? I actually have a sonic screwdriver.
Beautiful. Very good. Very good. Did you hear the rumors about Doctor Who being like a multiverse now? Or rumors of like a multiverse? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, didn't they do the radio show with evil David Tennant if he never gave up?
Yeah.
Because it was like he became Time Lord Victorious. I'll be honest. My main use for this was I took it on a night out when I was in Manchester, and Callie, it's not one of your nights out. I mostly used it to donk my head friend in the forehead whenever he looked at me. It was just donk. And they both got really mad because no girls would talk to them because I was walking around with a sonic screwdriver.
That reminds me of one of the times where there's a pub in Exeter called the Firehouse, and it's like, you know, sort of hipster uni bar. And I never went to university, but I had plenty of friends that did, so we just sort of hanged around there. And I was outside just like chilling, having a good time. And this girl comes up, very attractive, having a great conversation, like firing all cylinders, going great. Then a friend from like who wasn't part of our group at the time, who was just at the bar, came up to me and went, "Oh my god, it's our dungeon master." Because I was GMing from at the time, and just was like, "It's our dungeon master, Marcus," like hugging me, and I was like, "I'm fucked. There's no way out of this. Like, I'll try my best." And I was like going through, and it was like, "Oh yeah, I run Dungeons and Dragons. It's kind of like imaginative play in your head. It's kind of like a play, basically. So, you know, I guess I'm a theatre kid." Ha ha ha. Like, you know, joking it off. I was like, right, I've got out of this. And then he pulls out a fucking recorder out of nowhere and goes, just out of nowhere, and goes, "Here you go, Marcus. Here's your +5 flutes of dungeon mastering." And I'm like, there's no way. There's like no way. And he just looks at me and goes, "Well, I hope you have a good evening," and just walks away. And I was like, fucking destroyed by a flute. Destroyed by a recorder.
Can you play the recorder?
No.
Well, see, if you could have played the recorder, you could have
I
saved
could have
it.
just gone.
I already know you can't play the recorder, as that's not a recorder.
No, it's like
that's a flute. Recorder like.
This is funnier though. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, you could have just held it and gone, "Sorry."
Sorry. But no, yeah. Savaged.
I don't know. The last time my friend was trying to pick anyone up, I pretended to be a velociraptor and just chased him around the club. Just going.
That's great.
Rock raptor. No, velociraptor.
You did it. See, it's all about workshopping.
It's all, yeah, you got to get this out. Get it. Yeah. Back and forth. Flute playing velociraptor.
Flute playing velociraptor.
We're there. Callie's left.
Yeah, Callie's gone.
He's given up.
He's gone. Are we live on the channel?
I have no idea.
I'll go on YouTube and see. If we are live, hello everybody.
If we're not, goodbye everybody.
If we're not, goodbye everyone. It wouldn't be the first Sunday in a while which I've talked to someone thinking I was live. So where Callie forgot to go live in our last.
Aren't we always live?
Aren't we, Josh? Aren't we always live? Isn't there always an audience?
Oh, we are live. We're not. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, we are. That's good. But no, the second day of Indie Expo. Woo!
Yeah.
First day was basically just catching me up on a load of games I hadn't played.
It's true.
So, last night I went onto my Switch shop and saw what indie games were on there from the Expo. Ash of Deck of Ashes was on there, so I checked that out. It was okay. It was basically a kind of shit Slay the Spire with some rogue book stuff.
I mean, as you said, there's a whole bunch of card stuff coming out as dice stuff. I mean,
the dice defense game I couldn't find, which made me very sad, but I will find it at some point. Okay, cool. My laptop should be able to play that dice game. I don't think that's got high specs.
You'd think so, but them dice graphical restrictions, there's a whole lot of CPU goes into rolling animations.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe.
That
should be good.
Unless they do it like they did. I mean, that's just what they did with Citizen Sleeper, which is supposedly dice, but it's not really dice.
Okay.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you were saying about that. I will check that out.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Basically, you have like a bunch of slots that you get through the day, and it rolls dice when you rest, and you get those dice and you use them to do jobs. And then, you've got the pluses and minuses. It's interesting, but it's sort of... It's more resource management than it is an actual game.
Sounds like worker placement, sort of a Euro worker placement-esque board game mechanic, which is interesting.
Let's see what this indie...
Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Well, that'll make him happy.
Just a cute game. Cute boy summer. It's a cute boy summer. It's gonna... yeah.
I mean, he could use a good theme tune. Look,
I was about to say, you didn't make it.
I found that royalty-free theme tune. Fair.
You did choose the Ominous Isles theme tune, though, which is regardly hated. So... all I ever wanted was you. God.
I have watched some of them. I can't honestly say that I remember what the theme tune is.
That's fair. That's okay.
I mean, I try and listen to punk rock stuff, but every so often I get derailed by a random song. For instance, I can't stop listening to that freaking TikTok one. Good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's just stuck in my head.
That's Olivia Rodriguez.
Yeah. I'll be walking down the street and suddenly go, good for you.
Oh, it is just a Hayley Williams clone, really. It is just a Hayley Williams clone. But you know what? It's a good update. So good for you, Olivia Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But also, F you for making it so I end up dancing in a shop while trying to find food.
Shake it off. Bad blood. I'm a big fucking Taylor Swift fan.
A Swift head, they call them, I think.
Swifties.
I don't know about you, bitch. I hope the fuck you do. Like, that's just in my head. Whenever I hear that song.
Yeah.
Oh, the rip they do with it.
Yeah. That's just like...
We've got no sound, and I'm trying to figure that shit out now. Audio output capture.
Oh. Well, it's the same with Encanto. TikTok ruined that movie.
Yeah, it really did.
See, the thing is, you worry about this TikTok ruining stuff, but if you don't use TikTok, you're fucking golden.
If you don't live TikTok, though, you will just...
Yeah, but I'm a 30-year-old trying to appear cool, Callie. I have to use TikTok. Yeah. Like, what else should I do?
Indeed. I don't have it. Eric is like the keeper of TikTok. He has it.
I think I had the Razer your card plugged in and it was fucking up things. So all that speech you just had, all that friendly conversation, wasted. You might as well not have had it.
Oh, well, no, because I'm sure Josh went onto the channel and there was sound coming out for a bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, but Callie wasn't there. It was Callie who was blocked. Also, Xander, I know I'm 31. I said in my 30s. 30s is a broad term. It's all the way to 40.
Oh,
40.
shit, Xander, did you mean you only couldn't hear me? Because I fucked off for a minute. Like, that was on purpose. I had to go say goodbye to a dog.
Did you put it down?
Quickly,
Dark for a Sunday.
with the back ends of my shoe.
Oh, God. What's that? I can't remember the TV show, but there's one where
drag heels. Just like
those 6-inch heels perforate
Crocs.
the skull.
It took a while.
instantly.
Crocs with a lot of mud on.
No one's playing it back, Xander. No one's taking into account what you're saying. Shut your face.
You and the other watcher. Hey, other
Shut your
watcher.
finger. Pretty sure the other watcher's me.
Quite possibly.
7, 6, 5, 4.
I'm on
3,
10, 9,
2.
8, 7. You have to pause for 2 seconds and then back
That's
on.
fine.
I'm on 2022.
Alright, shall we, when it says go, we'll all pause. As I said go, it's gone into a rave instead.
Right, 2022. Come on.
I'm on a woman talking.
2022, yeah, you need to pause for a second. Actually, that's coming up. Sorry, Marcus, he's ahead of us, not behind us. For some reason, when you said 22, I thought you meant the countdown, and I'm a dumbass, and
I was on 2022.
It starts at 23, like, it's a weird countdown.
Okay, cool. I'm on a lady with glasses.
Yeah.
What time does yours say?
Oh, that's a good thing.
Where's the fucking time? What are you on about?
On the
Well,
bar?
it's a live feed, so it doesn't say. I think it's.
Well, I'm on the indie live screen you shared on the Steam thing.
Started screaming 3 minutes ago. I don't have a time. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I'm minus 35 seconds, I think.
I'm on 1603.
We need to find a place to pause it and then think. Okay, so I'm gonna watch, and the next person, Indie Live Expo, three people, 3 white men, and a woman, Asian woman. I'm bad at this. Let's find a different, more substantial place to pause and figure it out.
Okay, well, I'm currently paused on a guy with glasses.
I've got a guy with glasses in the middle of 2 others. Now it's the woman.
Okay.
It's just cut into the woman.
I'm right. There's a screen coming up.
Shall we dive to the very? Let's all grab our bars and drag them to the far ends, so we can just start from what's probably the right.
I mean, what we could do,
what I
Callie,
have
is if you put it on the screen, then those of us who are watching the YouTube could link it to that.
Yeah, but the thing is, the YouTube's like 2 minutes behind, or like
It's
30
fine.
seconds behind.
I'm on Indie Live Expo. There's like a big white thing behind it. Find that.
Is that without people?
Yes.
Is that before people arrived?
After people arrive.
After arrived? Oh fuck.
I've just gone live on
Okay,
the
I'm
most...
just going to the most recent point I can, so it says it's
Okay,
live,
me
and we'll
too.
just hope for the fucking best.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
And then when we got some figures, not just trying to guess at like what these people, when we're in the same position. Oh, there's a man with glasses. They're all fucking.
He's such a pasty man.
What, central guy?
Yeah, like he's the sort of guy that the people do the whole thing of like, in my nightmares I saw this face. Like that's the face people see. That's terrifying.
Tell me to shut my face, all you like, but I control our art, so you're getting a fucked up treatment this month. Sander, you're in. Sorry, Josh, you're in problems now.
It's fine, he always threatens me with a good time.
Wait, he said he's gonna fuck you up your face. Oh, right, okay, I read through the lines now. We haven't got the background of other people now, so I actually might turn the volume up on this because yesterday it was unbearable.
Well, actually, kind of depends on the Chinese, I think, version will be on Bilibili.
Only I spoke Japanese.
Are you watching the Japanese one?
I don't know what one I'm watching.
Well, is it in Japanese?
Yes, they're all in Japanese.
Yeah, okay, so we're watching the English stream. If you go back to their indie website, to their YouTube front page, you'll see there's an English day too. That might help. I mean, to be honest, it won't help that much because they have this really annoying thing where they have the translators talking over the top of the Japanese, but it's way too loud, so it just it's sensory
I just
overload.
mute them
and it's horrible.
until
Yeah, keep muted
stuff comes on.
until we get a game bit. In the meantime, we can just talk about their outfits. I'm pretty sure the guy on the right hasn't changed since yesterday.
No, he hasn't.
That's
That's
same
because
t-shirt,
he's
isn't it?
branding his own YouTube channel or whatever.
Right, okay. Sense. Fair enough.
Enjoyment Games.
That's a good point. I should really be wearing a Robot Republic t-shirt right now.
You should do. And I also need to buy one of those. So
yeah, well, next time if I ever do another merch order, which I won't be for a while, I've got some t-shirts I'm going to be giving away at some point on the Twitterverse. So you know, try your
Am I in the right one watching the guy with a bow tie?
Yes. White boy, bow tie, glasses, looks a bit like Wesker's younger, softer brother.
it does.
Yeah.
It does look a bit like Marcus. I'm not gonna lie.
Looks vaguely like if Doctor Who and Albert Wesker had a baby.
Yes, that'll be it.
Oh, like time zombies. Bad.
Next to what I can only say is someone who looks like they work in CEX.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I say that as someone who used to work in CEX.
Well, yeah, Josh, I already knew this about you. You didn't have to tell me that.
We can see it.
You throw off
For any outsiders listening in.
He's the one that's been upping the prices on the PlayStation 5s and scalping them from a legitimate shop front.
I only upped the prices on the PlayStation 2.
Oh, that's a while ago.
Well, the thing is, they didn't used to have prices for the PS2. So you'd make it up. Same with all the retro stuff.
Oh, I see.
If you want to pick yourself some retro games, maybe just bring it down.
I went past a CEX once, and they had a N64 with Banjo Kazooie and a Rumble Pack for £900.
Holy shit!
And I was like, "What are you talking about? You absolute scout!"
Let me just jump on FaceBay and buy one for 40 quid with about 10 games.
I think the person wanted it, and I think maybe they just put the price up so it wouldn't sell until he had the money.
Or it did sell, and then they pretend they sold it at 50 quid and take the 850 themselves.
Maybe.
That can hit you in the ass if you ain't careful, because someone will buy that crud. I mean, hell, I sold them my Twilight Princess for GameCube for about 60 quid, 70 quid.
Worth every penny.
And it got bought almost instantly.
That's crazy. I've missed not having the internet at the charity shops. Like, you go into charity shops now and look at the vinyls, and they know what they're worth.
Yeah.
Price them accordingly. Back in the day, you'd go in there and find yourself like a nice mint copy of an old vinyl, and they'd be for 50p because they have no clue.
Yeah, no miniature treasures anymore. Like, you used to go in and just like pick up board games super cheap and miniatures as well. Like, the amount of times I bought Space Hulk for $5.
Oh, nice.
Sold it
Have you
for
got
50, 60
I was
quid.
about to say, have you got a copy of Space Hulk? Because
No,
I remember
OG
looking
Space
for
Hulk.
one.
Whenever
Well, it's like car boot sales. You used to be able to go in and get uber cheap
Yeah.
stuff, but now because me and my friend are doing a challenge where we're basically trying to get every UK released PS2 game.
Nice.
Cool.
I think we've got about 600 so far, which are unfortunately all in my room, which are great. I built a little house. It's fantastic. Mostly out of FIFA games. It's a lot of FIFA.
Yeah.
You forget how many.
It's a lot of FIFA, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of football, cricket games. That's a thing that never transferred over into the newer generations. Cricket.
No, you get cricket games. They just released one on Game Pass, not like at the moment.
And rugby.
I don't know about rugby, but the latest cricket game is indeed on Game Pass.
Yeah, it's Brian Lara, wasn't it?
Back in the day it was. I don't know what the current one is. I don't think it's
Because
Brian Lara
now,
anymore.
yeah, but rugby, they never really transferred. Hockey, too. Hockey never really went across either.
What are you saying across to what? The current gen?
Yeah, never really followed further on.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last rugby game.
I can't say hockey again. Game Pass. You gotta keep an eye on it, man. The hockey game just dropped on it. A cricket game just dropped on
No,
it.
we're not all like sniffing Daddy Phil's parts, right? We're not all just
Sweet,
like
juicy
constantly talking everything Daddy Phil does.
I mean, I might do most of my reviews on Game
I was
Pass,
about
but
to
that's
say,
because
how do you
I'm
not-
poor.
Game Pass
But I
is
also
brilliant
don't play
for that reason.
sports. I don't play sports games.
No, I did. I downloaded the NFL
I play
game.
weird sports games. If it's a weird sport game, like Windjammers,
Hmm.
love Windjammers.
Tried
Anything
that. I
like
sucked, but I suck at most games.
that's
I think the last game I could be classed as a sports game that I played would have been Rocket League,
Rocket League.
and I suck
never
at
got
it.
into it.
Truly suck at it. Now I'm playing Chrono Cross, so I'm happy.
Oh, is there a game? Oh no, there's a person.
I like his t-shirt though.
His t-shirt's great.
but I have no idea what it is, but it looks familiar. Oh, well, it'll be the game he's doing.
I would assume so.
I'm checking up on this. I just noticed that our the actual stream wasn't showing on our stream. Just a blank space. I don't know how that disappeared.
Nah, it wasn't. I did look at that, and I assumed you were sorting it.
Never
I didn't want to comment.
Cool.
Yeah, this is the one they showed yesterday, isn't it?
No, this is the new one, I think.
You're thinking of, is that tower of whatever you were thinking?
No, they did show this yesterday because I recognise.
No, they just all look very similar. Because I thought the one you're thinking of, I think, is this Tower of Perpetuity, which has also like lots of Fox Girl anime characters and.
Well, I didn't want to comment on why I thought that's what you thought it was.
I mean, I'm starting to come to terms with things. I just want to be a cute little animal. I don't think that makes me a furry.
I mean, if you had to be an animal, Callie.
Definition-wise, makes you a furry, mate.
I don't think so. I think it just means I want to be a cute little cat boy.
You want to be a cute little cat boy?
Yeah,
why a cat? Why would you want to be a cat?
That's cute.
Cat is his persona. It's fine.
It's not a persona. That's why I'm not furry. I hate the concept of a persona.
Okay.
You just said you want to be a cute little cat boy. I
don't understand you. Like, there's no contradiction in what I say.
When you finally come down to visit me on holiday, I'm going to get out my chaise lounge and you're going to lay on it and we're going to, in depth, go into. Yeah, we're going to go into these.
I'll reply to all your questions with meows.
Oh, we got a premiere. Premiere.
World exclusive.
It's Interview the Game. Small clapping.
Ah, so that's
I
big
love
up.
small clapping.
Press A to clap.
It's very respectful.
F's in chat. No, A's. C's in chat.
Season chat. Ladybug Games.
I don't know them.
Right.
I'm behind you by about 4 seconds, I feel.
Oh.
Ladybug.
Yay!
Oh, it's one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you call them? A side scroller?
Well, it's like Bullet Storm side scroller, right?
Yeah.
I like these.
Gallagher was like sort of the first, right?
Playing like this on the Sega handheld system back in the day, this kind of thing.
I don't mind them. The problem I have with them is they often get quite dull after. It's hard to do for long periods of time.
I think it was great back in the day when you didn't really have options, and this was just that. This is one of the top types of games or whatnot. Now, when you've got so many other things you could be playing.
I think like the SNES was like the main like time of these games, right? Like Bok B was like massive. I fucking love that game. Like Gal was on there.
Well, they had one of these on, and I'll update myself here. They had a version of this on the Sony Ericsson ELM phone. There was one of these side-scrolling kind of bullet shooters.
This looks cool, actually. I like that thing that just came out the ground, the mole robot.
I think the important things for these sort of games are like what Josh was saying. The bullets need to be like varied for you to like give different dodges to and make you like constantly, change your patterns up. If it's the same bullet shape all the time, it just gets boring. You learn the patterns pretty easily and that's done. Like, and also level design. Like a lot of times it's just an open level, which is boring. It looks like this though, with the meat like this, with the asteroids that you have to dodge around, the tunnels as well. Like you're forced to certain paths. Like that makes it more interesting.
Yeah, good amount of variety.
The variety of enemies, like these boss-looking ones, though, are pretty exciting.
I like the bosses that actually like block off levels as well, and you have to fight things. So you have to time where you move. And I think the problem with these games is people just got lazy because it became like such a type. It was just like, oh, churn it out, they'll buy any chat. But it was like now
there is apparently a frog in this, Callie.
A frog? Oh, good.
Yeah.
My frog.
You need a slappy. Every sort of pilot game needs a slappy.
The only issue, or the thing I dislike about these that they do struggle to stop, is sometimes there's just a lose situation. Like you're stuck in a situation where you will be hit.
Yeah,
so
that's a bad game.
They've got to find a mechanical way of doing it where you always have a chance to win, basically.
Oh, look at this, actually.
You have generally you'll have like an invincibility star, like Mario star, that you can sort of play that allows you to move freely throughout the map. Generally is what they do.
Yeah, or they'll have quite a generous, I can't remember what it's called, invincibility screen, basically.
Yeah.
So you can't be hit over a huge number of times.
where they bring you when you die and you respawn back and you're invincible for about 5 seconds. So you can always get through loads of colour bits you struggle with. But yeah, no, I like this. If they can, as long as it's not because as you know, I'm shitty at games.
Okay, color palette is good as well in regards of all your shots, all your attacks are blue, all their attacks are purple, which is needed for visual. Like sometimes you've got like 5 or 6 different bullet palettes and you miss like what yours is and what theirs is. And again, I'm sorry, like I like these games. Like it's one of those things. Like these streams are always shit that I care about and no one else does. But yeah, it looks good. I'm happy with it.
So I genuinely do like the look of this. I just hope it's not too hard, or like I can at least cheat. Give me infinite lives.
I expect it will. Looking at it, it looks like it's designed to be quite hard.
Yes, but give me infinite lives and I'm fine with that.
Cool. It is on sale now. So.
Or just give no lives. I never fully understand why current games are obsessed with lives in a day where we don't pay money for it. I find it quite.
You say obsessed. We don't tend to get that many. Like even like the new Sonic like Mania and stuff. You don't have lives. You die and you just keep going because they're not trying to get your quarters anymore or whatever.
It depends on the context of the game, right? Like these games are generally about challenging yourself and like trying to get from one to another. So setting lives puts that.
I'm sure someone in the Steam reviews will call it the Dark Souls of side scrolls.
The Dark Souls of space combat.
I really love the actual image screen of this. Of these just 2 anime people, this anime bad guy in the back of a spaceship, and then a frog. Just
I'm going to call the frog Callie. Frog's called Callie.
The bad guy's quite terrifying. I watched 2 old emos stream the other day. And they were playing Chrono Trigger. And at the beginning, they were like, oh, yeah, let's name this person Callie. And then they're like, no, hang on, that's not. There's a robot later on. We'll call that Callie. Or something, fairy or whatever. Anyway, they get to the frog and they name it Callie. And don't know if
the frog in the frog in our thing is called Callie.
It's
the violent.
I have put this on my wish list on Steam.
Oh, this is very different from what it first
to be,
yeah, no, you can. It's a open world sort of crafty survival thing. But you can put your mons to work in factories, which is everything I've ever wanted about Pokemon.
Oh, and you sacrifice breed now. Breed and die with each other.
Oh my god! They just like flash into an egg.
That's the name of the game. Oh, is it flying?
That looks very Final Fantasy 10.
Yeah, that's very much a.
Why do you have guns?
Why are
they look so regular as well.
With a Gatling gun.
They're not even like some weird fancy gun. It just looks like you've got your Kalashnikovs and M16s.
Oh no, they've got Totoros tied to
Oh
their head.
dear lord, they eat each other.
Look at this. Look at this factory full of arms building.
Oh no!
Holy shit.
A penguin.
I mean,
this is edgy shit right here, isn't it?
There is an argument that a lot of these are very much redesigned Pokemon.
They really are, aren't they? There's not even much change in some of those there. Just thing.
I think you could sue someone over this.
Nintendo is going to have a field day. Look, there's a fucking Psyduck in the bottom right there.
Like even
a Wooloo or whatever it's called. Cheap.
Oh, they're killing them with bows. That's. I think my stream might be slightly ahead of yours.
Slime Rancher as well.
With, I just got the bows as well. Forced labour of animals or magical animals is actually well up my street. So
you quite enjoyed just making sure those magical, dastardly things are kept under control.
Exactly. If I can keep all these Pokemon. Just smashing out the content week after week. Sorry, not content. I mean making guns. Callie. Making guns. Sorry.
I don't know how I feel about shooting Pokemon with shotguns.
This is how you make a Pokemon game that I want to play.
Teach them ghost types. They'll all be ghost types.
Wooloo uses Growl. You use Gatling gun.
That's like this is Pokemon meets Digimon.
Someone just said Craftopia on the stream there, and it's that's kind of a very open, starting player thing, very open version of this kind of world. I'm gonna have so many arms factories.
Right.
I think it's multiplayer as well, so, you know, bit of content ready to come.
It's just the fact, like, when the main character throws out their, like, power world Emon or whatever they're called,
Yeah.
and then shoots him with a rifle. And I'm just like, what?
I mean, it obviously has the minigun in the ball, so
No, she gives the minigun to her power world.
A pal.
Yeah, the Electrobuzz Totoro.
Look
Gets
at how
the
many
Gatling
Pokemon
gun.
knockoffs there are there. It's crazy this is allowed. I'm
Oh, it's like Studio
buying
Ghibli
it before it gets taken
meets
away.
everything else. Wow.
I've now dropped into something that.
Oh, yeah, I'm in trash heap world or whatever. It's
This
called. Is this that
smells.
garbage?
Earthbound, baby.
I wouldn't even say Earthbound. I'd say this is a Undertale
Had that
version.
Undertale character, yeah. I wonder if this is another one you can get through without murdering
Oh no, it's
everyone.
Pokemon Undertale.
You need to pause for 2 exact seconds,
Okay.
Josh. No, I think you and me are in line there, Marcus.
1 elephant, 2 elephant.
Too many elephants, but...
Okay, well now I'm at a table
I'm
with all
seeing
the
the card
monsters.
game.
Okay, I'm still ahead.
Table with monsters.
Table of Monsters.
And is it writing?
Right in now.
Yeah. Okay, now I should be level.
We're in tune, wait!
Yay.
Synchronized.
I've never been in tune. But yeah, this is Pokemon Undertale by the looks of it.
Undertale, Earthboundy. I like it. Eastwoody.
Tell us about it in detail.
So it's what, raising your own Resident Evil monster?
And they're going to space.
Raise your own bio weapon.
Oh god, it's Umbrella and a fish. I'm getting
Oh,
Umbrella
no!
parts.
They're electrifying your friend.
This also looks cool. I
This
prefer this
does look
format than yesterday's, where it's just a bit too quick succession everything.
This is,
But this is upcoming games, I think.
Yeah, I would watch someone play this. I wouldn't.
I don't know what the gameplay is actually. That is a point.
I don't know what it's called.
So, Meg and Monster, do we have an official English title for this?
I think it was Mega and the Monster.
Megan the Monster.
Megan the Monster.
Yeah, you play as Megan. Got a monster power.
No, the child's called Monster and the monster's called Meg. It's
Just a twist.
The
about,
child.
You're
No, the child was the monster all along.
yeah, exactly. It explores the fact that actually humanity's the real monster. It's like, have you considered that we're actually the Walking Dead? Like, have you considered that?
Yeah, I did when I read a 15-year-old's Twitter post about The Walking Dead.
Tickle that monster. Tickle that thing. Good.
You know, and then I read World War Z, and it turned out that, you know, we were the zombies
We were the zombies.
who made that awful movie adaptation.
Yeah, the book's so good though.
The book, did you ever listen to the audiobook?
No, I haven't listened to the audiobook.
The audiobook of it, the official, because there's 2. There's a shortened version and a longer version.
Yeah.
The longer version is considerably better. They have different actors reading everything.
cool.
And they've actually got Mel Brooks doing the voice of him when he's
Oh, sweet.
talking to people.
Have
That's
you
well worth-
have you read his new one?
No, what's his new one?
Basically, volcano erupts and Bigfoot, like loads of big feet come out and like start attacking the world. It's good.
I mean, I've been called Bigfoot before, but you know, because I'm hairy and don't wear shoes.
Okay. I thought because you have a massive slong.
What did I just come
I
back
got
to?
him! Yes, I got Josh.
Yeah, that's why they call me Bigfoot, because they're too polite to mention otherwise.
Yeah.
What did I just come back to?
I don't know. I just look. Cracking Josh is all I wanted. I got him. I'm happy. I'm a happy boy.
Most of my life choices.
But no, nothing, Callie. Nothing at all.
Nothing, Dodge,
we
nothing
just talked about
thirsty.
Megan the Monster.
Yeah, all making a monster in his massive slong.
Yeah, just chucking out some 15-year-old philosophy of maybe we're the Walking Dead. It's good.
Yeah. It'd be deep enough to impress the girl you're at your year 11 prom with.
Oh yeah, if you like the girl you take to see My Chemical Romance at Milton Keynes.
So I'm going to that gig later on today.
Oh really? Are they at Milton Keynes again?
Yeah, it's Milton Keynes last night. Today they got like a four day booking, I think, of it. But yeah, I'm fucking there.
Amazing.
I mean, I was more
going to go, but I didn't want to pay 145 quid for a ticket.
Oh, well,
I didn't go. Plus, I'm super tempted by the Sum 41 patent pending tour coming into the UK.
I did see that.
Just to give you a level of what my emotions are about, I'm really upset at the fact that I can't really afford to go to the May Day Parade tour that's currently happening. I would love to. I'd love to be stood amongst all those like teenage girls that fucking love that band, because I am one of them.
Okay, I'm glad you added because I am one of them, because there's two ways that
two ways it could have gone.
I love standing among teenage girls.
I keep saying, like, in our house, we stan Ash Nico. We fucking love Ash Nico. I think she's an absolute punk girl boss, and her music is just like insane of what she's doing. Like, it's ridiculous.
Ash who?
But I want to go see her live. But I know that if I see her live, I will be a 33-year-old man in a sea of 15-year-old pitsy dream girls, and I'll be put on a list.
Yeah.
Put on a list.
You will be if you refer to them out loud as pixie dream girls.
No,
look at all these
yes, you're correct. You're correct.
It's a category, but still,
yes.
No 33-year-old man should call a 15-year-old a dream girl in any regard.
No, definitely
Marcus,
not.
Who's this artist?
Ash Nico. But no, you're correct, Josh. And I refer to them for comedic value like that, not in real life. Don't come for me.
don't come for me, bro.
It's too late. We just started doing well on YouTube and we're cancelled, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, well, you knew this was coming at some point.
Yeah, it was gonna happen. Can't wait to step down as CEO. Are they showing this game again? Right.
Yeah, apparently they're showing the shooter game again.
I think it's just to be like...
I want fumes. So maybe it's the end of a segment and they're just going to show a bit of each, or all the trailers for all three of the games.
I thought it was supposed to be games that haven't, like new shit today.
I think it is new shit today. Out now on sale. Maybe it came out now on sale?
I'm still waiting for my first-person shooter. To be honest.
Well,
this is a third-person shooter.
Yeah, this is a third-person shooter, but I feel like... forcing animals to do my shooting when I want to be the one.
You also have a gun. You've got your own M16.
You just missed hitting a sheep with a bat.
It honestly looks like my favourite game ever.
This one they did yesterday, Brigadine.
Brigadine was yesterday.
It's familiar.
It's some kind of tactics thing, isn't it?
It looks. Yeah, so Hex for you one, isn't it? Though this is. Yeah.
Well, it's
basically.
You love that shit.
It's Fire Emblem without.
Thank you, Fire Emblem.
It's Fire Emblem, hopefully without them going. If you want to get all the children character, one of you has to romance the one who's a child.
Been nonce heavy this stream, hasn't it?
Yeah,
heavy.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Talking about, I'm not beating them.
Oh, that's good.
Well, these guys. Now we've got to fill the silence of these guys talking with our talking.
God, I don't like yesterday. There was things to bounce off. There was like springs. Today,
yeah, well,
real struggle.
I mean, this Power World, honestly, when that comes out, hopefully it's cheap. We're all getting a copy. We're gonna set up a Robot Republic within the metaverse there. It's gonna be just so much.
We got something coming up.
And wave number Indie Waves.
Indie Waves. Oh, tidal wave. Comment. Oh.
I mean, while we wait for the next thing, I'm curious. If either of you could see a sequel for an indie game you played recently, what would you want to see?
You go first, Marcus.
No, Callie, please.
Well, I think, based on what I saw on the Steam page for this thing, that I might actually see the sequel, which is upcoming for an indie game I played recently, which is Coffee Talk. Hibiscus and Honey or something, the sequel's coming called, and I saw it in the Steam on the Steam thing, so I think we might actually get to see that, and I'm excited.
Give me Scarlet Song. We know it's there. We know it's coming.
What's Scarlet
give
Song?
me
Is that the
Hollow
Knight?
Yeah, give me the Hollow Knight sequel. Where is it? We know it's there. We know it's made. Where is it, Josh?
Josh, tell us.
I mean,
why are you keeping it from me, Josh?
Well, because you never call, you never write.
Yeah, it's true. Literally, this is our first personal interaction with each other. So.
Yeah, I mean, I keep sending you messages asking you to send me stuff, and you never do. So
yeah. Well, I don't know.
It's what you're asking for is the problem, isn't it?
Stop referring to teenagers as pixie dream girls. And I go, no, stop.
Never.
This is our cataclysm. It's our divide, our schism.
Yeah, our schism. We just can't see past this.
No,
that's a problem. But
alas, I weep.
The Hollow Knight remake. A follow-up to Monster Train would be good. Like, I love Monster Train. Like, it's insanely good.
That's a card game as well, isn't it? Card battle.
Yeah, it's a card game where you basically are demons on a train trying to take back hell from angels.
Oh, nice.
You go from basically to different levels to get to the end to defeat the big bad angel. You have like a character and you play cards onto your train levels. So it's kind of like a tower defense of cards, and you have to stop them coming in. They did some DLC, but it would be nice for them to do a sequel, reimagine something, try something a bit different. That'd be good.
Yeah. What about you, Josh, down there?
I don't know. I mean, a Hollow Knight sequel would be nice to see. Although I'd be curious to see where they'd be able to take the plot. You know, it's kind of... I'd also... Yeah, a Shovel Knight sequel would be good, a new one. Because we had...
do a new Shovel Knight, wasn't it like...
I thought there was a redo they did.
Treasure Trove? Was it?
Something like that. Or, why not fully AAA Shovel Knight? Let's give us a full 3D. Just ruin it. Yeah. Ruin it completely.
They kind of did that with Hyper Light Drifter, though, with... Because I loved Hyper Light Drifter. I think it looked gorgeous.
We've got some new... Now, that seems more Earthbound to me, that one.
Yeah, true.
In fact, screw it. Just give me the other Mother games. Give me the other Mother games in one big pack.
You can play as a little kitty.
Oh God, Callie! No. Nope, now you're a stern-looking gentleman.
Codename Apocalypse.
Oh, that's involved.
It's a
you just
card
me
game
in the face.
Fighter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
And this is a astrology one.
Yeah, or like what's that space game? Solaris.
Yeah, Solaris.
Like a Solaris. Yeah, I tried playing Solaris, but it's just I think you need to really dedicate your life to it.
Well, yeah, it's like what's the other space one where they player-made corporations and the like? It's a huge MMO.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called. Eve, yeah.
Oh, Hexakey.
Yeah, you love it, Hexagon. And cards. Hexagon and cards, Marcus.
Hexagon and cards. Everything has cards now. Inspire.
Ooh, cartoon Baldur's Gate with...
Oh, that's cool.
Merchant trading? Is it all about trading?
Oh, it's dramatic trading.
Oh, the way those horses are running
are thing as well.
What, dramatic trading?
Yeah, well, no, just trading in general. Like Moonlight Drifter, where it's like a roguelike, but you sell the things you loot from the dungeon. You basically, in the night, you go and do a roguelike. Yeah, it's good. Moonlight Drifter's great. You have to
so is this all one arcade?
What do you mean?
All these games are in a single arcade. Yeah, an arcade. This is all a bunch of games in one arcade thing.
That's cool.
No, that's the name of the game in the top left. These are all different games. I was about to say, if these were all in one package, wonderful.
The Grim Age.
Oh, that's very...
It's just a bit like Yes, Your Grace, but...
I like my autism to have a bit of flair to it. So when it's a bit dry with too much history, I don't care. Like, I need my numbers to have a bit of flair.
No, they're killing jellies, and I'm a big fan of jelly killing. That monster looks cool as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is of no interest to me.
There we go. Another sequel I'd like to see is to Griftlands. Give me more Griftlands. That was insane.
I don't know Griftlands.
Oh, Griftlands was a roguelike, funny enough, a roguelike card game, but with story up front. So you had a character and the card combat was also conversation combat.
This From the Brink looked pretty cool. But yeah, sorry, go on.
That's cool. No, Capital Command.
Ooh, I like Capital Command.
Yeah, like
Are you a ship boy, Josh? Do you like your?
I do enjoy flying
ships. This is a 3D one as well, by looks.
I like space.
Oh.
Do you Battleship Gothica then? Is that Battlefleet Gothica? Is that,
Battlefleet Gothica. If I had a PC that could run it, I would happily play it.
I played it for a bit, but most
my Alexa just thought I was talking to her.
Like most Warhammer games, they tend to get hard after about 3 missions, and I struggled.
I don't know what this is. Electrician simulator.
Right.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Eric will play this.
Is he
I did
an
enough of that in
electrician
my
real
own
life,
life.
or
No,
he's
he
a
just loves
tattooist, isn't
simulator
he?
games.
Yeah. Broken pieces. Oh, is this a horror?
It looks more like a puzzle.
Yeah, but
Like
that's the thing.
Myst.
I've not seen horror features, but it looks like that kind of the medium.
Resident Evil Myst. Cool.
This is a Diablo-esque.
Are you playing as the big monster or the small? Okay. Diver hammer. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Inquisitor. We're on a Warhammer theme, or I am.
Ghost Song.
I tried Inquisitor. It was...
It's another Warhammer game. They're just never that good, but I always want them to love them.
Yeah, well, like I told you, I was playing the Blood and Teeth thing. That was
the
great.
Orcs one, yeah, that's unique.
Yeah.
That's quite different to their usual stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, review the shit out of that for me, please.
I will do when it comes out.
Yeah. Send me a thing to the publisher. I'll see if I can get us a copy.
Gladiators looked amazing, by the way. I want to
Ooh,
play it.
flying. I do love flying.
This is like Uncharted in older style.
And this is drawing...
Illuminati?
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
I don't hate the look. It's kind of...
Old medieval tapestries where their animals look fucked up.
Yeah.
Did anyone play... ooh, this looks quite cool as well. Did anyone play the... I fucking can't remember the name of it, but it's one that's done entirely in like the medieval art painting style.
Yeah,
It's
the
on
one where
Game
you're
Pass.
playing a weird... I played a bit of
I
it.
played a bit. I couldn't really get on it. I was hoping to, but...
Yeah, it suffered a bit from the bit they're like, oh, it's funny, and you play it and it's not really very funny.
And there's not really much content other than it trying to be funny, and yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
that
have...
looks cool.
The issue I have with games and comedy is very often comedy does not transfer hugely well in games.
See,
Like, Double Fine Studios are pretty the only studio I think that kind of do it,
Look.
and even then it's still.
I'm gonna
bad.
go ahead and say-
Psychonauts...
I find like I'm happy enough to say most games where they try to be funny, I'm fine with it. I quite like it. I have a laugh. I like a dad joke, and that's what most of them kind of feel like. You know, that attempt at humor, and it's like, oh. But
Side note, Moolander does not have enough cows for me to consider it being called Moolander.
you're just a cow on a spaceship, right?
Yeah, that's what I want.
However,
I
we're
want to be...
looking to potentially interview those guys, so it looks grand.
Well, for Moolander.
Yeah.
Ask them if there's cows in it.
You are a cow in a spaceship, from my understanding. So
Well, then I'm happier. It's just in that video I didn't see enough cows.
the actual cow is the pilot. You are the cow.
I hope the joystick is actually their udders. And they put it into like a computer-esque program. And,
Okay, out called Desktop Adventure.
I'm intrigued.
Oh, okay.
Oh my!
Eyeball for a
This
tail.
is Newgrounds.
It is. Do you ever play the ants killing game, where it takes over your desktop and ants are coming out and you have like flamethrowers and shotguns and you click?
Well,
on
did
them
you
to
ever
splat
write-
'em?
Did you ever type Zergrush into Google?
No.
Do it.
Zerg Rush.
Yep.
I'll give it a go after this.
Sorry, I'm just writing down another card game. Power chord.
Ooh, Project Warlock. I do like my first
is deep.
person.
This
I
is
got a
Doom.
first person. It's Project Warlock.
Project Warlock 2. So you've got a one to
Yeah.
find there, Josh.
I've got to find the other two. Oh, that's
Ooh,
one I want to
SPC
see
Secret
a.
Files. Hello.
That's one I'd want to see a sequel of. The Void Bastards.
Oh yeah.
I never
That
got
was
around to
good.
playing that. Like, it was on GP for a while, and I keep getting tempted to buy it on Switch, but being that I kind of skipped it on GP, I didn't see. Is it worth playing?
It is, but it is one of those. It's got the slight issue that I hope if they did a sequel they'd fix, that you get a lot with roguelikes, where it starts to fall into quite an obnoxious pattern. You get slightly far, you die, you start again, and rather than having the constant difference you'd expect,
It's just the repeating.
it just
itself.
plays out the same way
That's the thing,
over and
I'm
over
not a
again.
huge fan of roguelites. I like to make progress in games, and you don't tend to as much with those.
Well, the theory-
Hades is
The
quite
whole
good,
point of
but-
roguelites is about making progress, though.
But it's not. You're still going back and repeating over the same stuff. I don't want to do that.
This is just don't starve by
Yeah.
the looks of it.
The vegan
Except you're a
vampire.
vegan vampire.
I feel like someone's just come up with the concept of a vegan vampire, thought that's great, and rolled with it. Like,
Yeah.
that's all they got. There was an SCP game. Which I'm gonna check that out. So I love
Is
horror.
SCP just an open license, or do they have to?
No,
Yeah, it's an open license.
Anyone can make a game.
I believe some
based on
dickhead
SCP.
copyrighted it.
Oh, there was a Russian
How could
guy
they copy? It's all fan inbuilt.
Yeah.
There was a Russian guy that basically tried to like own SCP.
Yeah, like took it out, way after loads of shit's been created, and I don't know how that went on because of presumably have a pretty good argument for it not being his.
That's probably like the guys who tried to copyright Let's Play.
Let's Play.
I don't know. SCP is one of those things where I never really got into it.
It's quite difficult to get.
Yeah,
it's
just
decent SCP.
I like it, but there's like just because it is one of those open. It's like creepypasta. It's just like an open forum of like
I would
people coming up with
and read
nonsense.
the IKEA one is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, SCP IKEA.
I heard about that weirdly yesterday
really
or something. I was watching something and I was watching IGP play something and I think they mentioned it.
The individual ones are good, but it came to a point where it just became basically insert myself in SCP and
really?
make ethos.
Mary suing.
Yeah, Mary suing SCP.
I met the SCP who kills everyone, but it's now my friend and helps me. They're all my friends.
They're all my friends, yeah.
Even the bad guy is my friend.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
SCP-1 is. It's like, no, you don't. No one knows what SCP-1 is.
Don't get me wrong. I love me a good Mary Sue. I find them brilliant.
I like
and
the idea of
hilarious.
inserting myself into any piece of fiction as the best person ever, frankly. So yeah, I'm into it. But
Goonia monsters.
This looks cute and kaiju and a bit creepy.
Yeah, I hate it.
This looks like it tastes of bubblegum.
Oh god.
Why am I getting Mario raving rabbits feel from this?
I'm not here. I'm going to say I think that this looks fucking awesome. I'm well into it. The art style.
Is that kind of a team shooter thing by the looks of it?
Now I'm less into it because I don't want to have friends.
Yeah, but you can design your own Animu boy.
Oh, someone had a.
I feel like this is a monkey paw because at the birthday I said I want games with more colour in it, and you know what?
Change your mind.
I changed my mind.
Let's go back to browns and oranges.
Yeah, that's
Gears of War is the peak aesthetic.
Very stimulating.
I mean, I've been playing through Gears of War recently to pass the time, and actually they're more colourful than you'd think. Gears of War 3 is full of colour.
Blue. Yeah. Gears 3 is a bit more open and wild, where it's like overgrown
colour
everything.
The pale skill tone of your tortured wife.
Yeah, but she soon becomes very red.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, she does.
Bit of the walls around her.
But then you read about like Gears. For all people mock Gears of War for being, lad bro thing.
Grimdark and lad bro.
There's a lot of emotion to it.
Oh,
it's got some very good writing.
I mean,
it's about a couple like bro lads dealing with empathy. Trying to that's basically like the main.
Gears 3 as well, yeah. Like
you'd imagine
stuff. That's it's genuinely tragic.
Just Dom turning to Marcus, going, "Marcus, what do I do with his dead wife?" And Marcus chainsaw. Huh?
And by the way, the spoilers obviously for number 5. But have you played 5?
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay,
I don't mind.
Do you mind spoilers?
Yeah. Does Josh mind spoilers?
Oh, have I played Gears of War 5? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the ending. Who did you pick? Who did you save?
I've done it with both of them.
I've done it with both of them. My first one I did was I saved Dell because he's the one that's actually not been a cunt throughout the whole game. And it was an instinct. I'm like, of course I'm saving Dell. And then you meet Marcus and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about Marcus. Fuck, I'm going to have to tell him his son's dead. And it's like, it genuinely hit me like, fuck. I hope that is the correct ending though. I hope that's what they proceed with in 6 because it felt
I read a few things on it and I can guarantee you that it'll be Dell who died simply because, as people who pointed out, Dell's character arc is done. There's nowhere further to go with him.
Is it? Oh, is there anything
was Dell played by Raoul? Was that the voice of Raoul? Who was Dell played by?
From this series, there's always they have one black guy and then 3 white people every game, but
no, and a Latino.
Oh yeah, But yeah, he was your friend in it, and you want to save him. But then it was like as soon as I saved him and realised that Marcus.
I mean, Marcus has lost everyone else in his life.
Exactly, and it was like such a heartbreaking moment of, oh fuck, did I choose the wrong one? And I still feel that that's the right choice. Like, that's the most heartbreaking choice. The other choice isn't as heartbreaking. If you didn't say Dell, it's like, yeah, you lose Dell, but you don't have to tell Marcus his son's dead.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't give the option to kill Kate, to be honest.
I'm glad they didn't. I love Kate. I want to play as her in the next game, just entirely.
I'm surprised there is an option. What does that give your game? Like,
you've got to have choices.
But why though? Like, if you're telling a story at that point and you want a particular ending.
Because Mass Effect, Marcus.
Marcus, I genuinely like that choice.
I thought there was no choice in Mass Effect in the ending, and that was the point. But...
Marcus, that choice.
Well, there was in Andromeda.
Broke my freaking heart to do. Like, and I regretted and then didn't regret, and it was such an emotion. And if they hadn't given me the choice and it was just played out as it was, I'd be like, well, at least it wasn't my fault. I felt the full weight of having made that choice and having to tell Marcus his son was dead because of my
Have you played Gears Tactics yet?
I've played a bit of it, but I haven't completed it. Is it similar?
I'm planning on replaying it at some point. It's on my console staring at me judgingly.
Cool.
But that is actually the story of Kate's parents.
Please, or we turn into 3 white guys speaking over a Japanese woman trying to perform. And I feel that's a bad...
Fine, I'll turn
Marcus, did you just virtue signal?
I sure did.
Don't worry, watchers. Marcus cares.
Give him them...
It's alright, I can fuck a mutiner. There we go.
I wasn't actually listening. What is she performing?
I don't know, she's got like a Mega Man, is it? The helmet and the thing back in the background there.
So nice.
I mean, she is an amazing singer. I'll give her that.
Incredible singer. Laura Shingahara.
Speaking of great singers, you should...
I have no context, so...
You should check out, we have Susan Calloway, this beautiful, wonderful singer from Final Fantasy XIV on Chatbots some weeks ago, so go check that out.
Oh, this person is massively famous, by the way.
Laura Shigihara.
Yeah, I just googled her and
Shigihara?
Yeah.
So is Susan Calloway as it goes. So we have a
Susan Calloway is also famous and awesome.
Many famous people.
Many famous people consider us good friends. That is what you really the takeaway from this, really.
Yeah. Her chatbot was awesome.
It was a really good interview.
Riku was so fucking happy about that as well because he proper loves her. He reached out that one. I didn't even make that contact. He was just like, fuck it, roll the dice, see what happens, and it happened.
Roll those dice.
Yeah, he was very impressed. This is good because I think that spurred him on.
Give him the push he needed.
Yeah.
To finally do that. To finally do that bikini stream.
Mary Sue he needed to push through the story.
I haven't posted it on Twitter yet. I took a picture of a hot tub I saw at Tesco's yesterday. Or a paddling pool thing.
I love how Riku thinks it won't happen.
No. There is literally a stretch goal on our Patreon for it, and it is of such a value that he will do it if we get to that, because we probably won't ever get to that.
How much is it?
50,000.
Oh man!
I thought it was a secret stretch goal that Marcus just ruined.
No one's going to watch this stream really, so it's fine. Like this is some deep. If you've watched this, cheeky. You know, you're on the inside.
They're cheeky for having watched this.
We'll never mention it again.
You're a secret insider.
And also, if they do hear us saying it, it means they're not paying attention to this wonderful performer. Therefore,
I'll be honest, I've got one very quiet.
Virtual signaling.
But so if we did manage to get to that on Patreon, like, you'd be willing, which is crazy because I would do it honestly for 50 quid. It would, as long as someone provided the paddling pool.
Well, that's because you just have no shame.
I don't. You're correct.
I mean, if we could put cat ears on him while he did it, then I'm sure Kelly.
We'll pay some whiskers on his balls.
You pay for the cat ears. I'll climb into any pool you want me to.
To be fair, I'm slightly distracted from this woman singing, not only by you two, but also by the sunflower in the background.
Yeah,
that's
on
just
the bongos.
What about the really
staring
angry
into my
rabbit
soul?
in the bottom left there? Just right at you.
Just pissed off rabbit. Oh well.
Yeah. Woo!
It's very beautiful. It's very nice.
Yeah.
You didn't clap first, Marcus. What kind of virtue signaler are you?
Oh, what? You
I
just...
don't even have the volume on, and
The
I
volume
do.
on.
Marcus, you just hate Japanese women, is that it? Not
Sure
do.
the
Hate
first.
Yeah. In my rankings of
I never want to hear that word actually.
I can't help
The
but
day
call
on
back, I'm sorry.
Marcus's Watch Mojo.
So on the get cancelled thing.
What's Mojo? That would be ridiculous. It's like the Bill Burr race draft, like one of my favorite sketches. It's very, very funny.
Yeah, on the getting cancelled yesterday, T and Riku were recording some Smash and Pass yesterday. So and there's a couple of them which I've been told Riku's going to edit first before sending to me, which just shows what level of depravity it must be going to to require editing before even I'm allowed to.
I don't
look
think
at it.
you've seen T at full power. You haven't seen his stand-up from back in the day. You have not seen him in its full T.
I would like to see that though.
Millions of translated lines. What we got now?
God, localized.
100 uncensored CGs.
Oh.
I mean, I do feel like not enough people give credit to localize. My friend is a translator. He does Japanese into French for games.
Yeah.
And you talk to him, and the amount of work that goes into making even the little lines actually fit is insane.
Because I guess there's no direct translation for Friday. It's like
Not even
quite a word for this or whatever.
Well, not even that. It's stuff like a joke in Japanese doesn't make sense out of context in a different language.
We have to try and make it into a French joke, which of course we know is impossible.
Yeah. You've got to switch everything to make it fit.
Take that, France.
France can be very funny
Yeah.
just by existing.
Just by being there.
I mean, have you seen a croissant? Hilarious.
Funny.
Petite folie.
This is advertising the localization, but it's very Castlevania. It's even got vampire girls.
Mothman, fuck yeah.
Mothman playing Fallout 76.
He's only here to tell you about the bridge.
Warning,
Mothman.
don't go near that bridge. The Point Pleasant or something.
That's virtual signaling. Mothman. Maybe I want to be on the bridge, Mothman.
Maybe I want to be Mothwoman.
Maybe I want to be Mothwoman. Exactly. Now Josh is actually saying, we're ping-ponging it about.
Table tennis in localization.
Playism, the funner version of capitalism. I really should go back to Fallout 76. I don't know what it's like anymore.
Apparently good. We should play
I've
it
had
maybe.
a couple of friends that have played it from day one, and they love it. And they think
This is
it's
the
a
thing.
space, and
I
they
tried
like
it from day one, and I think it's one of those games where it's like Sea of Thieves. I played day one when there was fuck all to do, and it was great. I was playing with friends.
They have online friends that play it. Like
Yeah.
they have a good sort of community.
And that's what really makes the difference. So yeah, let's get some streaming going because of course I'm going to try and turn this into content of Fallout 76.
I mean, I played it both Sea of Thieves and Fallout 76 with Alex, and it mostly turned into him telling me off.
Yeah, well, I've seen you play games now, and I can understand it. So.
Well, it's because I'd sink the ship and shoot myself out of a cannon while leaving him below deck and not telling him.
He mentions this.
Or in
Funnily
Fallout
enough.
76, apparently in Fallout 76, I attract scorch beasts. Not just one. I brought two of them right to him as he was doing his little sniper thing, and he got very upset. I mean, he still killed them and was all like, "Oh, I have to come save you." It's like, well, I give you entertainment, so.
That's worth
magic.
all the risk in the world.
Exactly.
Imagine
Every
you just in
team.
the zombie apocalypse, just bringing in a load of zombies, and at the end of it, sweaty, bruised, destroyed, like breathing heavily, and go like, "You're welcome." What else would you have done with this afternoon?
Welcome.
That was round one. Well, 'cause otherwise, in shooting games in teams, nothing happens. People just walk. It's more fun to bring the fight to them.
True.
And as content, I'm creating content. I'm creating situations.
Well, good. Let's play some Fallout 76. Cause I've been wanting to play that. Plus, I made a great character. It's just is like I love making characters in Fallout because you can just make them look as fucked up as possible. I'm like
Not
super
cross-platform, is it?
skinny, you know, wearing nothing but his like underwear, just looking like a complete crackhead.
I think my Fallout 76 character wore his underwear, but always wore his power armor, but only the underwear underneath it because it feels good. I like them gyros.
Likes it when he gets his skin pinched in the mechanisms.
Timothy in the Tower of Nu.
I don't like Ripples just because I saw the water rising and I hate that level of pressure.
Oh, what with the Sonic?
Yeah, you have to go up layers. Oh no, don't stop it! Some triggering memories.
As Tails lives on in constant, unable to die horror. Who was it? I think it was Dorkley who did a cartoon of that with Tails not being able to die and just screaming by Sonic's grave. And then he shoots himself in the head and comes back and starts screaming. And you're just like, Jesus.
Way to ruin childhood.
I think Sonic ruined childhood for Sonic, in fairness. I mean, with Sonic Underground and all that.
That's Sonic 06, the best Sonic game.
Sonic Unleashed, please.
I have no either way. I'm just representing Riku's.
I don't know what this is, but I like the art design of it. Signalist.
It's nice.
Oh yeah, I've seen this in multiple indie showcases since last year, and it's apparently still not out then, I guess. But
That's another game.
It's very Ghost in the Shell, in fairness.
really fucked up. It's what it is.
Well, that's the thing that indie can let you get away with. You can be a lot more fucked up in the indie market than you can otherwise.
So now I'm looking forward to the Castillo protocol, done by the Dead Space team, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, you've seen barely anything of it, but the monsters fucked.
You're right,
I mean, I
Josh,
know-
like indie gaming is basically alternative music where it's more about finding your niche. Like you just kind of write a particular thing and hope that they find you rather than the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it does go wrong where people try and be too wacky, and it means the game isn't fun. You've still got to make a fun game.
I guess so, but then you just become Kojima. Like Kojima, like did that. He just made kind of what he wanted, and somehow people smelled his farts and decided they smell like roses.
Like the
so.
smell of them farts.
Rather than anyone going, this game's just walking with a baby that sucked.
Well, look, let's not get into Death Stranding now. I have a lot of feelings of Death Stranding. I'm a big fan.
Well, this is the thing. I know a lot of people are, and I think it's not just. To me, the walking looks boring as shit, but apparently there's more to it as it kind of goes on. Anyway, right?
Well, see, I just don't think Kojima's a very good writer. So.
Agreed. The thing with it is, I'm into esoteric wank. Like, I love.
Well, at least you know what it is.
I know. I like esoteric
Love me
wank.
an esoteric wank.
Yeah, just like, am I real? Just like go with it. But no, I love that, and I'm into like right path magic stuff and like magical thinking. A lot of it is just wanky, but I like that as for exercises. And Death Stranding is all about that, and it's very fast. It's interesting. I like it.
I was just.
Yeah, but
no one came around going, Metal Gear.
No, it's true.
So yeah. But you say like the gameplay, so there isn't, because that's the thing. Like gameplay still has to be there. I like a walking simulator. Like happily do it, but if they made it, if it's a game like that big and that scale, it should have gameplay as well. Esoteric nonsense.
It does have the gameplay is linked to the esoteric nonsense, and that's kind of why it's there as well. So,
I mean, the thing is, there are indie games that are walking simulators that do it very well by having a number of different factors. So one of the ways they often do it is they'll have it due to the environment. Like Firewatch is a great example. That's a walking simulator, but there's a whole bunch of stuff happening in it. That isn't just walking around with a baby on your stomach. Did you ever play Firewatch, Mods?
I did. I really like Firewatch.
Started Firewatch. I'm not that far through it, but I found out about my wife from the home or whatever. But
I won't go into spoilers. But yeah, I really like it.
I don't think.
Well, basically,
that's not that far in. I don't think.
The spoiler is there's a fire. You watch it.
Yeah, You just go, you know what? Yeah, I'm
Firewatch.
supposed to be a forest, a forest warden, but nope, I love fire. Just gonna watch it.
But saying that, I mean, then again, there was
This was cool. This game.
yeah, Zell. It's making me think of bloody Digimon. I'm still excited for Digimon Survive.
There will be a Riku Thirsty stream in Digimon Survive when that comes out.
So
So
me, you, and Riku are hyped. for that.
Yep, I've already bagsied the review of it, as Callie well knows.
yeah.
All right,
No.
I bagsy the jokes on it. I get to. So.
Why is this Beyblade in open world? That's all I'm seeing.
Oh my
in this.
god, I love that.
Actually, yeah.
Beyblades.
Picking up
Picking up
speed,
speed,
running
going
out of
out of
town,
town,
gonna
go
pick
to head
right
to
up.
head.
It's emo.
Emo. Especially the later season when they literally added monsters into it. So,
They've always had monsters. I mean, Beyblade is going, I'm a 12-year-old with a spinning top that has
No,
the
they-
ghost of a dragon.
true, but they added like Frankenstein and the Mummy into it, and so on. Like later on.
Well, didn't they have it in the final season of the first one? It was like, these are our big enemies. They're an evil Russian group.
Oh yeah, the evil Russian group
And
is
you kind of like,
who was being trained by Max's mum.
yeah, and one of their teammates was like, I'm too cool to deal with you other Beyblade players. Well, everyone else going,
I'm joining
bruv, you're
Russia.
doing spinning tops, mate. Show your beans.
Yeah.
Minigame madness.
Ah,
It's just
that's
Crash
bad
Bash.
content is what I smell.
I smell Crash Bash.
Burial Stone.
Burial
Rats.
Stone.
Is this turn-based or is this wildly?
I think this is VR.
I really want to get a VR set.
I don't have 300 quid.
No, me either. I really want to get one. Stretch goal. VR from a bathtub or whatever.
I think that's how you die.
Oh wow,
But
this
you get
drowning
to hear what-
simulator is really, really realistic.
You may die, Josh, or you get to hear what women think. Either way, you don't know.
Yeah, but that also ends up with you becoming Mel Gibson.
No.
So I can hear what women think, but I also think some very weird thing about the Jewish population.
Again, we're going back to our list.
But this is Mel Gibson's list. We who are about to die, that's very...
That's
That
Cool.
reminds me of Shadow of Rome. Is it Shadow of Rome? What was the PS2 Gladiator one?
Not clear, I'm afraid.
I'm the only one who remembers it, and I
Yeah,
can't
thought you were talking
remember it.
about Rise, Son of Rome, but that's not.
No,
Winter survival. Watch out for
that's one way to escape a bear.
Try your hand, the
It's true.
ultimate survival challenge and
Now I'm starting to see why the bear's annoyed. You're putting bear traps down.
Yeah, you're really ruining his countryside.
Ew.
Or hers.
Hey, Jack move. Jack move is
Jack move. Move a Jack.
Cyberpunk storytelling. Turn-based battles on beautiful pixel art. There's Jack move.
Equally very new. It's weird how many of these make me think of old Newgrounds.
No, that's cool. Jack move, not this.
Yeah, you don't seem to care about RTS, which surprises me, I'll be honest. Is it
No,
the
I had-
chaosness of it? You know,
I had
too
some.
much.
Nah, I had some real bad experience in StarCraft. So to the point where I became a real bad person. Like,
Mild addiction to StarCraft, basically.
yeah, it was some shit. Basically, I saw. I joke about how there's different like dimensional autistic Marcuses. A majority of them are unfortunately incels. And I'm just one of the better ones that got through. And I'm in the minority. And I saw myself becoming a real jackass playing StarCraft.
Nice.
So I stopped.
I never got into StarCraft, but I was always a big fan of Total War. Those were always the big ones I
Yeah,
played.
Total
It
War.
was good.
Although I was
Medieval 2 Total War was just.
Medieval 2 Total War. I'm somewhat disappointed by Warhammer 3 Total War.
I've not played it yet. I've got it downloaded.
I think it admits things.
I mean, the issue I have with it, the majority issue, is they don't have the Mortal Empires in it yet, so you've only got like 6 races you can
That's
play.
what I keep hearing though. It's like it's not that no one's really judging the game itself, just that the fact that the previous one already had all the races because that's how they do it.
Yeah, well, Mortal
This one-
Empires just came out with it.
Yeah,
It's a bit like cooperative in Halo Infinite. It just doesn't exist yet.
yeah.
Just adding floppy nights to the list.
Time Bandit. Wow, that
like,
is.
This looks like Metal Gear 1.
Yeah, that's where I'm
That
expecting.
radio popped up. That was Metal Gear. Yeah.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Otacon.
Crap battle.
Not that I'm not talking, but Metal Gear. Russians.
Your Metal,
Metal
Gear
Gear.
Rush is really good.
Yeah.
I saw David Hayter at a Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did he actually had people come up and do the Metal Gear voice. I should have done it.
Yeah, that would have made you stand out from the crowd.
One
Yeah,
of the favourite people I met.
another white guy going Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. One of my favourite people I met at Comic Con was Bodger from Bodger and Badger. And no one was like there or around him. So I
That's
thought,
so sad. He's Bodger Badger. He's got mash.
Exactly. I thought, you know what?
He's got mash. Why wouldn't they be there?
You know what will cheer him up? I'll bring him a potato. He'll love it.
Yeah, smashed
So I went over
potatoes.
and I brought him a potato, and I was like,
Why did you have a
you
potato
know-
on you?
What's that?
Why did you
No,
have
I
a-
went and bought a potato.
For
I
where?
went.
You left to go buy a potato.
Yeah, because I was there doing. I used to work for a comic book store, so I was there selling stuff. And we were upstairs, and he was kind of no one was there, so I went and got a potato. Came back.
I'm just
gave him a
looking at
potato.
as a minor aside, while
Yeah.
this pixels thing going on.
Did
Callie, you can make the anime waifu of your dreams.
Look at that guy as well. He looks great.
Put it on the wish list. Put it on the wish list.
Anyway, as you said, you brought him
Yeah,
a
I got him a
potato.
potato, brought him in, and he was like, "Oh, thanks for the gift, but this isn't really for me. It will be for Badger." And I was like, "Well, shame he's not here." He was like, "Well, about that," and I hadn't noticed that one of his arms had been missing throughout the whole conversation, and Badger appears with a fucking mashed potato smasher.
That's amazing.
It's
I mean,
incredible.
I'm more concerned by the fact that he apparently had his hand under the table with a puppet the
no.
entire time.
Want to see
He was just
Badger?
waiting.
Want to see Badger Kid?
Yeah.
I mean, who did I see? I saw Jay from Jay and Silent Bob in Comic Con. I went and spoke to him, and he was really nice.
Jason
He's
Mewes.
such a cool dude.
Yeah.
I'm a big Kevin Smith fan.
Dark Fracture.
fan.
Hello.
Oh, this is Callie's kind of game.
Well, it's not so much my kind of game. It's just I want to make Riku play it for content.
Yeah. But no,
Shiba.
Jason Mewes is fucking lovely.
I met
Yeah,
Hodor at Comic Con. Can't remember his name. Hodor from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, the DJ.
ah,
It's funny because at the time my mum was with. They had bought a dog. Well, he had bought a dog and called it Hodor, which was a stupid name for a dog, really. But then, like,
very Mega Man.
in his where he lived, he went down the local pub, and Hodor, the actor guy, was serving at the pub. Like, within a few weeks of having made this decision about names, it kind of felt like this is meant to be. So I went up there, I was like, yeah, look at this, and just showed him a picture of himself at a pub, and he's like, how the fuck have you got like this? But yeah, because he just works at a pub sometimes to help his friend out.
My favorite, whenever I worked at Comic Cons, was like the people no one gave a shit about were normally the people that I cared most about. Like Timothy Zahn was at a convention. Yeah, man.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was like, I cannot fanboy over Thorn with him too much, but I will go and.
I went out, bought myself some blue paint, painted myself
cover
up.
myself blue, and be like, I'm a man of culture. My hands.
And he was like, security.
But no, he was lovely, really nice.
That's cool. I saw. I didn't go and. I don't really care to speak to people ever. But Chris Barry from Red Dwarf was at Comic Con. I was just like, it was quite wild just to see. Like, oh my god,
He's
there's
had
a
a-
fucking Chris. There's Rimmer. Right
He's at a lot of them, actually. It's the same as the guy who was a stormtrooper. He's at a lot of Comic Cons. I think he goes to most of them.
I worked with someone who was my manager. She ran like a kind of renting out celebrities to these things. So like I've had videos like thanking us as a team from I forget what's his name, Walder Frey or Filch.
Yeah, the guy from World's End as well. Who's Mad Barry?
Yeah, like he's I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, like him saying the things, and like, there was also Wes from
Nor
Star Wars
play
and all
with
that
your
shit.
food.
Play with your food.
I like a company called Terrifying Jellyfish, I'll be honest.
Hey, I just want to say this now, and this may be controversial to any weebs that might watch this, but bubble tea is fucking shit.
Yeah, no, bubble tea's
Why
awful.
would I want a mouthful
Never
of
had
shitty tepiaka bits of horribleness while I'm trying to drink a nice iced tea?
I'd rather have sake if I'm going to drink anything from kind of
weebiness.
Yeah.
Also, the one with the marble you push in and it's got about 2 sips of drink in. Well, it's like £3 and it's got 2 sips of drink just to push a marble through.
Is it sake
Get over
or
it,
sake?
Weebs. Sake.
Get over it. Weebs.
I mean, you've now got us cancelled from the Weebs, Callie.
Yeah,
so, I mean, this is just a physics thing, I think.
Just magnets and food.
But the fact it's PS5 is somewhat surprising.
It's a PS5 exclusive. I'm going to go sell my Xbox.
Well, Sony needed to get something, I guess, that wasn't Wolverine.
To be fair, I tried to combine food and magnets in my head to make a word, and I was just about to say a slur. So, I stopped.
Wait, what? Oh, I see what you would have done.
Josh got it! You got it, you got there.
You know, I'm not going to give any alternatives. I'm just going to leave it open to interpretation for anyone who watches this later and just goes, what the hell are these people on?
Yeah, what's the point in this game? I'm not too sure. It's very pretty looking food, but
It's pretty, it's just, you know.
It's a physics game. They're all...
Game.
I think it's to make you hungry for the most... It is making me hungry.
I like making a donut golem.
That's what I do whenever I buy any donuts. I just put them all on top of each other, compress them, and eat them.
Yeah, I'm the Magneto of food. I can only manipulate the physics of food, and that's it.
And only fattening food. It's why 2 pizzas are now circulating my head as I walk through a prison. The guards try and stop me as olives hit them in the forehead repeatedly. It's a very different movie.
It's a very different
just mildly inconveniences the guards before they hustle you back into your cell.
When I attack Alcatraz, it's a bridge of calzones that my mutant army runs across.
It's gonna be on Steam and PlayStation 5.
Gotta love a calzone. Below calzone.
Stop showing us play with your food. Move on.
Yeah, move to
this
some...
game.
It's not a game. It's an
What-
advert
what-
for
What
Krispy
is a
Kreme.
game?
Not this. Everything else, just not this.
Just
A game is where you force animals into servitude to murder other animals.
Wow, you're being a real food plus magnet now.
I am what I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
Indeed.
In the paper, the news, every day I am.
Callie,
I'm
did
just
I
going through
break
the whole
Callie?
song now. What's going on?
I don't know.
I have to finish it.
All the way to the end. There's just
I
serious
have to.
silence as you quickly wrap this one out.
That's what I often say in family situations. Like, I'm sorry, I've got to wrap this out. Just hold your conversation. In the paper, the news, every day.
These must be adverts.
I am.
I think Brigadine is sponsoring this. That's why.
Okay.
Brigadine and Dumazu, the spaceship two-scroller, is constantly coming up. Lack of cards today. Some cards here and there.
Well, it's because you were
Cards.
moaning about them yesterday, and they were like, "Well, we're not going to show anymore."
No, I was
If
I was
Card
moaning.
Master Marcus isn't interested in this, then we're not going to show him any more cards.
They need to be interesting. Like, I downloaded Roguebook last night.
More Five Nights at Freddy's.
FNAF, baby!
I mean, I don't like FNAF, but
I
I also
respect
don't
FNAF.
understand what's happened to FNAF. Why has it suddenly become...
Sexy.
Yeah, pretty much.
FNAF
There's a
was always
TikTok who was
sexy.
like, is this supposed to be Freddy Fazbear? That's not a monster. That's a homosexual.
That's not a monster, it's a daddy.
Exactly. It's very funny.
Finding Paradise.
Hey, I found it right here.
Oh,
Oh, thanks, mate.
do that.
You have very low expectations of paradise.
Sure did. That's why I can hang around with you, Josh.
I don't want to see what your afterlife looks like. Just an eternal Zoom call.
You bet it's just me and a Switch. That's it.
All your loved ones aren't there because they
Me,
just get in
Switch,
the
and
way.
a Game Gear. Yeah, that's it.
And then you realise you still have to pay the Switch prices, so it's no longer good.
Ah.
What awful
To be fair, there's constant sales on Switch. It's not too bad.
I would love to repeat it.
Because the games I want, anyway.
And I gave up. I mean, I sold my Switch for a number of reasons, but the main one was I didn't want to keep paying. It's the same reason I don't get a PS5. The games just cost too much. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game Pass for the win. How do you feel?
But then they've gone with they've announced Gotham Knights is only next-gen consoles.
Have they? Oh, fuck.
Which I'm really confused by in regards to the Xbox, because the Xbox doesn't have selective games for both consoles. It's the same game.
Yeah, but it just won't run on. There won't be one that runs on thing because it's not the same game. So when you buy like an Xbox X game or whatever, it's just got the Xbox One version on it, and then you download the upgrade. Lots of people fucking bitch about that because it means your physical disc isn't really.
Ooh, this is. Why is he doing push-ups on top of a train?
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Have you never stood on top of a train and just thought time to work out my pecs?
I mean, I don't tend to do push-ups regardless. This is very beat up. I like this.
Yeah.
I like the way he punched a guy a minute ago and his head exploded.
It's very John Wicky. I like it.
It's John Wicky, sort of also My Friend Pedro, as well as a little bit of...
My Friend Pedro is great.
A little bit of Sifu, by the looks of it. Although when I was talking to Alex about beat 'em ups, do you know what game I would love to see a remaster of, but will never happen?
You know what?
Did you ever play The Bouncer on PS2?
No, I've heard of it.
The Bouncer on PS2 was a beat 'em up that was... It was not big. No one really remembers it, but it was amazing. It was so anime, it was hilarious. But that kind of 90s anime before all the superheroes. So, you know, your team is made up of very obvious Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, Game Pass. Just to big up that's coming to it. Come on, Marcus, get yourself an Xbox.
At some point. But yeah.
So you're saying,
Josh, I don't know, but it sounds good though.
Why do you think there'll never be a remake of it? Just because it wasn't popular, or was it something dodgy about it?
It wasn't popular. The company doesn't really... I can't remember if it was Square Enix or not. It was done by... let me just look it up, because otherwise it'll bug me.
If it doesn't have a good lock-on system, it can ruin it.
I love the subtle flash you get on this game when certain moves happen. Really
Yeah,
gives
so
it that
it's-
impact, doesn't it?
It was done by Dream Factory and Squaresoft, oddly enough. And they're not huge on remaking stuff, Squaresoft. I don't even know if Squaresoft is still in.
It's Square Enix and someone... Square Enix is Enix and Squaresoft. They just merged.
Okay, so they fully merged.
Yeah. So there still will be a property owned by Square Enix.
Yeah, but I just don't think... Because it wasn't huge at the time. It became a cult classic, but not... You know those cult classics that are cult classics to the people who play them, and it's like 10 people. But they call them cult classics. It's a bit like whenever anyone goes, this game was so underappreciated. And you go, well, it wasn't. Everybody likes it. That means it wasn't underappreciated.
Yeah. I think a lot of that is when it wasn't appreciated when it dropped. I can't remember. I was talking about one of these earlier with Riku. There's a game and it was like
Billy
an
Hatcher.
underrated gem, but not Billy Hatcher, but an underrated gem. But it's underrated at the time. Now everyone thinks it's fucking awesome, so it's not really underrated.
You know what was underrated? Croc 2. That game was amazing.
Croc 2 was amazing. The Croc series in general was fucking rad.
And the
best
Looney Tune
platforming.
PS1 games.
Never played it.
You could dig a hole as Bugs Bunny and dig underground with the little mound of earth.
Oh, that's cool. Going back to, you mentioned Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
I'm worried about it. I'm real worried of what I've seen. Like,
Really?
the combat seems like they've done new combat system that doesn't look as polished as the Arkham games. Like, your attacks sponge into enemies real bad. Like, you don't. It doesn't look like you're getting much emotive out of those enemies. Like, Jason Todd is just like shooting bullets at dudes like constantly, and nothing's really happening to them. Like, the response you get from enemies.
That's horrible because the whole thing of the Arkham game, like Arkham combat's
Like,
perfect because it
the
feels like it's
combat was supposed
impactful.
to be crisp and like impactful, and you feel like you're hitting. I don't get that from the gameplay trailers, and I'm really worried about it.
I'm vaguely worried it'll go kind of like the Division did, where it'll just become a equipment slog.
It's an equipment swamp live service game, is what it seems to be doing. But yeah, because it looks like you can do certain dungeons, and dungeons open at certain levels.
Saying that, we now vaguely look like the guy on screen who's talking with the sort of, no, the Gotham Knights won't be as it is.
I'm actually a little bit worried about Gotham Knights.
A little bit.
I mean, this is a visual novel they're showing right now, and I'm not adverse to visual novels.
I like a visual novel, but this one isn't in English, so I'm not going to be able to play it. But
what was the one that recently came out where you have to? Is it Paradise Lost? Paradise?
Yeah, I know what you're on about. That's also, I've not played it yet.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I've heard very good things about
it. Oh, really?
it.
I'm going to have to jump on.
I can't say I played a lot of visual novels. They're not really my forte.
Me either.
Because I can't read. So, you know.
that is a bit of a stick on there.
Quite a big hampering.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one I've played. I mean, Doki Doki Literature Club is fucking phenomenal. Or just me having no idea where it was kind of going in.
Yeah, but now I can't play it because I know what happens.
Because the person that told me about it, they were like, "Oh, just wait till this day." And in my mind, because they were saying it's like anime as fuck, and I was like, "Oh, great! Everyone's tits are gonna become like tentacle monsters or something." And that's what I was expecting. So when it wasn't that, it was like, "Oh, okay, shit."
And again, I tried playing Morrowind, and that's basically a visual novel.
Have you given up on Morrowind now? Are you moving on to Chrono Trigger permanently?
Yeah, Chrono Trigger tends to run, but also Morrowind was just so much reading that it wasn't fun reading. You couldn't do a voice reading someone's book.
Well, there is a lot of reading in Chrono Trigger, but I noticed you don't actually read it. You just say other things, which is great. It's like its own story over the top of one that's already there.
Yeah, it's mostly the own story of calling the princess idiot.
Which I'm a big fan of.
That turned out far better than we expected it to. Because Marcus, I don't know if you've played Chrono Trigger.
No, I have not.
But the princess lies about a name, so you can name her, and we called her Idiot.
Amazing.
And she ends up later having someone go, Princess Elaine, and she goes, "No, I prefer being called Idiot." It just kind of turned into shit. We turned her into someone who likes being degraded. We didn't expect this.
That's amazing. No. Call me Dirty Toilet Piggy.
Call me Little Pig Boy.
Little Pig Boy.
It's totally not what I'm saying at all, but it's got hundreds of thousands of views.
I don't know why that made me think I want to go back to playing Among Us with the other Robot Republic guys, but I want to go back to playing Among Us with the other Robot Republic people now.
Yeah, we need to do that again soon. I think this Friday coming up, we're going to be doing Wii Sports.
I had fun, but I died first 5 times in a row.
It's fine. Alex got accused of being the murderer nearly every time. So, you know, everyone... I never got accused of anything.
My heart was so broken when T just murdered me. Like, I started the one way, like, they actually fully just were the murderer and murdered me. Like, I started that whole thing off going like, yeah, there's only one person I trust and I'm sticking with them. It's T. Me and T for life. T and me are besties and we would never stab each other's back. And then like 5 minutes later, it's like, cut. Like, my heart. What? Yeah, I love that.
It's not exactly a team building game, to be fair.
Oh, I hate and don't trust any of you now. So, correct.
I swear I've heard Nazarick before, that name. I know I've heard it before. But it's very... Yeah, that's very... Castlevania 2, maybe?
Sympathy. Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, using the whip is mainly what I'm looking at. Or Grapple Dog. It reminds me of Grapple Dog.
I've never played Grapple Dog.
I did play Grapple Dog.
Reviewed it for our wonderful website.
Yes.
I was one that someone reached out and asked us to review, which I was happy about.
Ah.
As it was a what are they called? Super rare games.
Yeah.
It was kind of an original from them as a publisher.
God, I hope they were called Super Rare Games, otherwise I've come across as quite the fool. I don't mind these kind of games, but I do not have the reflexes anymore to play these quick games.
Anything where you have to like jump like upwards and avoid things, like, you know, like a Celeste. Celeste was great because I could just straight up cheat to get through it. They put in those accessibility options, which means you don't have to be good at the game. I got through Ori though. I think Ori's quite a mild-mannered one, you know, compared.
Yeah, I never played Ori. I keep meaning to, but I did Hollow Knight and Metroid Dread, and both of those nearly. That's where I've heard Nazarick from with that giant hamster. This is the Overlord game from the anime.
Wow, okay. There's a giant hamster in Overlord.
Yeah, he makes a giant hamster and it kills people. I'm actually surprised. It's not a bad idea having, because that's one of those animes where the main character is, big, unbeatable person. So playing as him would be kind of boring.
Mm.
So it's not a bad concept doing it this way, where you've got to escape from it. Hey, sorry.
So you're escaping from the main. So in the anime, the main character is Nazarick.
No, the main character is I can't remember what his name is, but there's a genre of anime. Now I'm coming across quite the weeb, where it's like Sword Art Online. Basically, someone's trapped in a MMORPG,
Yeah,
and
there's
because
a
they
name
know
for
the
that.
rules, they're super powerful, and no one can beat them. I personally find it kind of boring, but a lot of other people enjoy it.
It's one of those like My New Life in whatever, and it's someone is
Yeah,
really happy to be put into like some thingy world, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna meet a princess and all this stuff, and it's a bit cringy to be honest.
I keep meaning to watch I Am a Spider, but I'm okay with it.
There's a lot of that shit. There's like I Am a Slime as well. Like
Yeah, reincarnated as it's the same thing though. It's all in a game.
yeah.
Yes.
What is going on with that?
Oh, that's a hamster.
It's like the
Fair. We've watched a couple of times now. Skate Infinite, which we absolutely love in our home. It's absolute trash, but it's amazing.
Do tell
The
what is-
skateboard. It's a skateboard anime, and it's amazing.
Oh, is that where he goes? I can't remember the lines where the guy jumps down, but I know it ends with a non-binary hose or something
Yes!
in the English dub.
Ladies, gents, and non-binary. Boys, girls, and non-binary hoes. We bring you. It's amazing.
I mean, it's an opening. It's not a bad way to say it, I suppose.
Yeah, it's not an opening. It's like Adam. That's Adam, like the main kind of quote-unquote villain of the show.
That's good because you get to be
And-
respectful to people's gender identities, but you also get to be disrespectful by calling them hoes.
By claiming the non-binary people are hoes.
To be fair, we watched a non-binary person, and they loved it. They loved it. They loved being seen. They were like, "Yay, I'm being seen." It's like, well, Sky, they also called you whores, like a whore, and they're like, "I don't care."
Were they like, I am a whore? Winky face.
Face, jeez.
2022 June 16th, PC, Steam, Nintendo Switch. Nice. Because of the indie game market is getting bigger now. That's why they could create.
Talking about what we were talking about before, like Among Us, and then
Inline Premiere.
Oh, we were doing Among Us and how you don't trust any of us anymore.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
How you hate all of us.
Oh, yeah, that was a good eye-opening time, but I'm up for it again. We should definitely get that going soon.
We should
We
definitely.
tried
go out.
again, and then it was only me and T that showed up. So
True.
Didn't Xander
Jackbox
turn
is
up?
amazing.
yeah,
I'm
no,
sure
we did
Alex.
turn up after a while. Yeah, but you can't really play it with 3 people.
No.
So we just didn't
Jackbox
bother.
was
We just had a
very good.
meeting. Jackbox was fun. Yeah,
Also a sponsor.
pick some more of those kind of things up. I picked up Mario Party, though I think that's only 4 players. So
It's not Crash Bash, and I only like Crash Bash or
Crash
Shrek's
Bash.
Party Adventure.
Shrek's Party Adventure.
Yeah, that's the only one I'll play because it's Shrek, and that is
Amazing.
love.
Shrek is love. It's true.
I spent a while. I'd go to my mum's house for dinner or whatever, and like she'd be like, "What do you want to watch?" And I'd just make her put one of the Shrek films on for quite a while. I was like, I don't even really care about watching the Shrek
Somebody
films. It was just
once
Told me the world is gonna roll me.
yeah, just memeing my mum, and she having no idea, just thinking I'm fucking obsessed with Shrek for a while was pretty fun.
I will shamefully say, All Star by Smash Mouth is a song I know all the words to off by heart.
Don't have shame in that. Be
Don't have
proud.
shame in that. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if I'm in the club and that comes on, I'm centre stage.
Yeah.
I'm kicking the DJ off his thing, grabbing the mic, and put it down.
I'm
Usher's
rapping.
Monster plays. It finishes, and then somebody wants Josh just there, pushing everyone aside.
The most dramatic moment. Someone will be at a funeral and you'll
He
just
downs-
burst out the thing.
He downs his
Somebody-
bottle of he downs his bottle of hooch. That's the only '90s drink he'll drink, and that's it.
Why is hooch the 90s drink?
It is.
Smirnoff
Hooch.
Ice, hooch, whatever.
Oh, I love a bit of Smirnoff Ice.
I love
I
that
am
white
not
girl
sure what
wasted.
this game is, but it's freaking me out a little bit.
It is a bit weird.
Yeah, it's been
Well,
crayon.
I'll be back in a
coloured
second. I'm going to check on Eric because I haven't heard him get up yet, and he's got
You open the door and you just hear somebody once told me.
somebody once told me.
This looks fine.
It looks Earthbound. That's all I can say. I mean,
keep
it's
trying to
very
compare things
Earthbound.
to Earthbound. Like I'm sure. Like I mean, any Final Fantasy game, any.
No. With the characters following you, that's very Earthbound. But also, as a 30-year-old gamer, everything has to be compared to Earthbound. It's the rule. And it's a natural thing. I've only played like 20 minutes of Earthbound.
Alive?
Yeah, he's alive. He's just still sleeping. He's resting. He's sleeping off that COVID. He tested yesterday. He's still got it. So hopefully, I feel great. So hopefully, I'm negative, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed. I have still not had COVID.
I've had it. I was positive on Tuesday or Wednesday. I was, but hopefully it's out of my system. But we'll see.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I've not had it. Happened.
I mean, my brother's had it, but he's not. Yeah, he's had it, but he's a doctor, so.
I was like really kind of before, and kind of still am a bit cocky with the whole like even if I got it, I'd breeze through it kind of thing. But then I was ill with the flu a couple of months ago, or something like a cold. It was just really bad, and honestly, I thought I was going to die, and it kind of made me come to terms with my own mortality of being over 30. Like, shit, I maybe need to keep myself, protected. I'm going to get the flu jab next year. I'm Slash now. I'm getting the flu jab because of fuck that again.
I get it for
It's the
free
worst
because
I've
I'm
felt.
asthmatic.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I've never had the flu.
Yeah, well, apparently I have now, and honestly, I never ever want to experience that again. Ever.
But I will point out, minor humble brag, I don't get sick, so.
Me either. Except that one time when I got the flu a couple of months ago, and honestly, I hated it. It was so bad. I
did get food poisoning from Taco Bell.
That's understandable.
That wasn't fun.
That's what Taco Bell's about, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what it's
Weight
about,
loss
but it.
situation. You have a Taco Bell, you shit yourself and throw up for a couple of days, and then.
Oh yeah, it was coming out of one end in a spectacular fashion. And that's what we've devolved to, looking at anime people or talking about diarrhea.
Yeah, I don't know how many more games are left on this, to be honest, but it's approaching midday, and I've got to get prepared for a My Chemical Romance gig, so, a lot of...
Aren't you already prepared? I mean, you've got the headband.
I've got to go wash. I'm not washed, and I got to put some black like you've got on there. I want to go...
What time is the gig?
The gates open at 4 p.m, but it's presumably not going to be on then. It's just, give us all
4
time
p.m?
Yeah, a bit early to open the, it's in a stadium, so I guess it's just so you can get everyone in. We also have to have a cry, check our makeup, all that biz.
Well, you should have a cry while you have the makeup on. That kind of Tear Street
good shout.
mascara is a look.
Honestly, I don't know how many people are going to be there because this was a gig from 3 years ago then they postponed it. And to be honest, postponing a My Chemical Romance gig, you're probably going to lose a good chunk of the audience from,
Age.
So, not what I was thinking.
It's a suicide joke.
No, that would get me cancelled.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've actually
3
got
years of postponing. I mean, that's whittled us down.
With lockdown, yeah.
Fair, with the mental health services of this country, it certainly has. So
We have mental health services. I mean, I've got to spend today actually playing Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Is that for content?
Yeah. Yes, well, I view myself as a small
I have no
Pokemon-like animal.
responsibilities. I'm just the jester of the channel. Callie just picks me up and goes, "Do things for
Tell
me, boy."
jokes.
I'm like,
Tell jokes.
Humorize us, Marcus. Humorize.
Right.
We're starting off with jokes and writing articles, and eventually I'll get you guys making AK-47s on a production line. It's just it's how it goes.
riding me around while I've got a Gatling gun like a giant Totoro.
Joke's on you, Callie. I worked for Music Magpie and Samsung as a phone engineer, and I did lackluster work, so your gun will not work. You press the trigger, and it'll just yell "wah" and then explode.
It's true. I am a quality inspector for a R&D company, so I guess I'm already there.
I'm an orc. Put it that way.
I'm an orc.
It shouldn't work.
Your things will work, so they will work.
Yeah, exactly that.
Not in the newest canon. That's not how it works
Not how
anymore.
it
They've
Which is
changed
bullshit,
that.
and I refuse to accept the new canon, so...
No. Now it's all they were imprinted with how to build it.
Nah, not happening.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
Yeah,
which is considerably less fun.
It's like land raider. So land speeders, right, are not called land speeders because they speed over land. Iron Throw Land Speeder invented them, and that's why it's called Land Speeder.
Wait, is that
that's real law now, and it's shit. It's awful.
Does it speed over land?
Yeah.
So it's not a flying thing. So yeah, like it literally does what its title says, but instead of being the obvious route of that's why they called it that, they went someone called Land Speeder made it. That is some bullshit right there.
Now there's a game about a killer whale. And having watched Blackfish, I'm not comfortable with that.
Eric's favorite serial killer documentary. So he tags it. Blackfish.
He's not wrong.
No, he is not wrong.
Oh, now you're standing in front of a train. I'm not sure how these two things correlate, but
seems dark. I'm not.
Oh, there we go. So land speeders are based on STC data recovered in M31 by the famous techno-archaeologist Arkan Land.
Arkan Land. Is he related to Arkan the Black?
No.
That's not how relations work. Shared first name.
Well, you say that, but I don't know. It might be. It's Warhammer. Nothing works.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you get a computer to turn on by praying at it. And while I do say a prayer every time I turn on my old laptop, it's a different thing. I don't light incense.
Yeah, my laptops don't work because I kept pouring sacred oil on them.
I wore my red robe, replaced my face with a toaster. It still didn't work.
I love playing a tech priest and rogue trader. It was just basically playing pure distilled autism, but it was fun.
Isn't there is actually a tech priest game out for Warhammer. Yeah, it's like an XCOM but with tech priests.
Mechanicus, you mean?
Yeah.
I should do a show where I just play every new Warhammer game and I'll end up blowing my brains out. They're all bad.
The majority of them are bad.
I paid 15 quid for Stormguard and I still feel bad about it. It's awful. But it's the first AOS one, and I was like, "Oh, I like Age of Sigmar and New Law. I'll buy the first Age of Sigmar game." It's bad.
I bought 2 copies of Space Hulk, one for laptop, and then realised I don't really play on my computer, and then I bought it for Xbox, and I got about 4 missions in before realising it's too hard for me to get through, because I don't really know what's going on.
I've got Deathwing on my PS4, which is actually quite fun.
Deathwing is fun.
I'm looking forward to
the new one coming through. It's like Chaos Gate, right? Because Andy Serkis does.
Demon Gate,
the one that's been delayed for ages.
That's a turn-based XCOM style one, isn't it? So that's a bit not just the usual. We've now got Space Marine 2 at some point.
Yeah, Space Marine 2, which looks to be ignoring what happened in Space Marine 1.
Sure does. He's in Mark 10 armor, so
he's Primaris now.
Stop it, nerds. Because this is why you don't get nice things. If they make a good game, you just accept it for a good game and don't worry about what mark armor they've got.
Yeah, but he's a cap. No, because he's
been turned into a Primaris, but he got taken by the Inquisition.
But also, like, he became a captain, right? He's a captain now, right? Which is like a lower rank to what he was.
Well, he was. No, he was a captain in the first one. He's called Captain Titus.
Oh, yes, true.
He's not had much career progression since then.
Well, he did get taken by the Inquisition, but the original plan, if you listen to the developers, they wanted to have him in the second game be a rogue Space Marine, maybe with Deathwatch or something, and in the third he starts his own chapter. That was the original progression they wanted.
Right, but now Land Speeders are named after a guy called Lands, and this guy's now Primaris, so it's fine. As long as it's a good game, I'll be happy, because of every game Warhammer puts out is generally about a 5 or a 4 out of 10.
The Canadian eyes are purple, though, so it means it takes place after Cadia has exploded, and the Cadia and the warp energy has entered the Cadians, so that's great, right?
I thought
there's still loads of Cadians.
During the I thought their purple eyes wasn't before. It's just because their proximity to the
gate. Yeah,
but there's still Cadians all over the galaxy. I mean, they're the primary Imperial Guard box set, so they can't get rid of all of them. Otherwise, they'd have to make a more interesting.
That's not entirely true, right? Because a lot of planets have their own planetary defense force. Like it's not.
Yeah,
like
but they're not getting models.
I listened to Cadian Honor. And I'm pretty sure like they're getting new troops and they're not from Cadia, they're just added to the Cadian regiment or whatever, so it's not actual Cadians anymore, a lot of it. higher ups and stuff, and a lot of them are. But new troops are just being pulled in from wherever, not necessarily people with purple eyes who are from Cadia.
Yeah, because otherwise they'd have to use the more interesting Imperial Guard regiment as the main box set.
Like Rosturian Guard are way more interesting.
Or Death Corps of Krieg. Then...
Yes.
Oh, hold on, we've
Knights.
got... I don't know what this is. It vaguely looks like Yandere Simulator.
Looks awful. Sorry.
Oh, this is some...
yeah.
The Misanthropic Gyal.
Gyal. Come closer, young boy. Build me a windmill.
Come to my small, lonely planet.
I'm Wizard Tom Nook. Go out there, build me a fucking windmill, you cock.
Just bend over and build. Yes.
Oh, yes, that's right. Go pick up those turnips for old wizards.
Look at them creamy thighs.
Every turnip you pick is how you get thicker, young child.
Why is this magic farming simulator? I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yep, another one. I can see why you're not
Immortal
interested in
Life.
these, Marcus. They're pretty much...
There's a battle, there's a food battle game that I keep meaning to
Is it
get
the
out
Sushi
and play.
Warriors or whatever? Sushi
Yeah, I think
Strikers
so.
or
There's an
something.
anime also, which is like about
Food Wars.
battling. Is it Food Wars?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that. Any good?
Depends. How much do you like seeing people get naked?
Kind of, a little bit.
How much do you like fans?
Do they have tails and ears? Like that's my main question. In that.
They don't.
Well, I suppose I'll put up with it.
I mean, if you want that, you should go to Fairy Tale, but I think the only one with tails and ears is like
Tale.
15.
So I've got to shake a joke out of my brain. I just shake it out.
I'm not a big fan of Fairy Tale. I found it a bit
Fairy Tale.
too fan servicey, to be honest.
Anything where basically the only way you fight is with the power of friendship.
My brain will not get rid of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
the last time I got into a fight and yelled the power of friendship, someone hit me with a chair, and it was my friend. So, friendship.
My brain really wants me to say
Tell the joke, Marcus.
Say the joke, Marcus.
Unless a pussy's got fur on it, Callie don't care. And I don't know why. I don't know why. My brain is obsessed with it.
Oh, now it's out. Now it's out. You've got it out. It's fine.
Now it's done now.
Are you proud of yourself?
No!
Deeply ashamed, as always.
I'm not proud. I ain't proud.
No, I feel like I now have to change glasses because mine are steaming up from the rage of that comment. They're the exact same glasses. So these are dirtier, so I can't see.
It's comedic gold. Having the same glasses change into.
That's fine. Now I can't see anything. So
Jinkies.
It's not really keeping my attention, Callie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go because I gotta go paint my nails and get all sad. So I'm gonna jump off unless you guys are planning on staying on and taking the showcase forward.
we can take it forward to the end.
Take it forward to the end. We can do that.
I mean, we're not going to be making any more jokes about whatever Marcus was making jokes about.
Definitely not.
Okay, well, in which case, I'm just gonna.
We're actually going to go into a deep conversation about political science now. So, and the economic.
Sure, we can do. How do you feel about Rishi Sunak's latest plan to actually invoke a windfall tax?
Oh well, actually, I think this is great. No, I'm not getting into it.
Okay, I mean this in the nicest way. Don't destroy our reputation while I'm gone.
No, of course not.
Alright, I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna have to come and end stream this. So just drop me a message on Discord when you're done and I'll come do that.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Enjoy the MyChem.
I will.
It'll get pretty for Jared.
Oh, not well. I mean, if Jared got pretty for me, then maybe, but...
Yeah,
I mean, isn't he always getting pretty?
No, he was wearing like a hoodie and some like...
He is
black...
not... He's not kept his sexiness up since he left the band, or the band stopped, and that's fine. But at the same time, I'd hoped in the last 3 years he might have, put in the effort. Then again, I'm not there to try and bang Jared.
He's not your emo sex doll. Like, he can look how he wants to look.
I know he can, but you have to kind of... Anyway, right, so it's now Mikey way. That's the new favour, I guess. So anyway, catch you all later. Carry on
He'll
enjoying
get
the stream.
pretty for Frankie now.
I will.
Right.
I don't know the band members' names.
Well, unfortunately, it's like lasered into my brain, Josh. So
Actually,
queuing up
you
at
like
midnight.
card games, don't you, Marcus?
I love card games. I'm a big fan
I mean,
of
do
them.
you think there is actually a place in the market now for a new? Because with Gwent having come out and all that, and the Elder Scrolls coming out, I'm just wondering if you can think of another big game series that could.
Funny enough, you say that, Josh, because Ben Brody, that used to be the head designer for Hearthstone and left in 2017 from Blizzard, has just announced Marvel Snap.
I have heard of Marvel Snap.
Yeah, which is a Gwent-like card game where you have bases that basically like locations that turn up, and you basically have to have the highest number there over 4 cards, and cards basically have numbers on them and different abilities. And
I'll be honest, whenever I hear Marvel Snap, all I think of is Top Trumps.
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of the marketing. I think it's one of those games that looks pretty easy to get into, but quite strategic. So I think like, it's a Marvel thing. Everyone's going to try it. We'll give it like a cutesy name. And then, so we don't, sort of overwhelm people so anyone can try it. But once people that are into card games play it, they'll find, because I've looked at it and I'm obsessed with it already. Like the strategic elements of it and the mind game stuff is really fascinating in it. So yeah, I think it's about to be filled, and it's about to be filled by Marvel Snap, because Marvel's such a massive property.
Yeah.
And Ben Brody's such a big name in that space, and to have him back, like, especially as he was like one of the first people to call out Blizzard's bullshit, and they wouldn't listen to him, so he went and was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to set up my own studio then." And
So I read the name for this game as Paracuck, and now I can't get it.
Paracuck. Who is he? Let me out, Paracuck.
That's a bad combination.
It's a bad combination.
I mean, this is definitely a walking simulator.
It is 100% a walking simulator.
But I do like the look of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the choice.
Gone Home, but with weird, creepy Tim Burton boy.
But it's another indie game with a little child with a big head.
Yeah, what is with like big head chibi style?
I think it's because it makes it look more innocent. So when the horrific stuff happens, it's more like.
Okay, it's more.
Yeah.
Do you have much experience with card game stuff?
I played Pokemon cards as a kid, and I'm surprised that has not had a digital game made.
It's coming out soon.
Is it?
Yeah, TCG Online has been around for a very long time, and it's very old software. So they're binning it. They're getting rid of TCG Online, which was like PC only, and I think it was on pads as well, tablets. It was on tablets for a while. Coffee Talk.
Yeah, that's the one Callie was talking about.
Yeah,
I've seen that pop up every so often.
Yeah, he's a big fan of it.
Working in a coffee shop sounds like my worst nightmare.
Well, I think you have to make coffee to like empathize with who you're talking with, and then they tell you like their problems, and you kind of have to sort it out.
I mean, that's the kind of thing I'd expect on the Nintendo DS. It's even got a stylus kind of input.
Yeah.
But I don't think
more of that on my Switch. I want more. It's got touchscreen compatibility, and it doesn't really use it that well.
Well, that's because nobody remembers that it has touchscreen compatibility.
Yeah, because I want to bring back that Doctor game. That was amazing with the size.
Oh, what the I only know it from the fact Game Grumps played it. That's my main knowledge of it.
That's fair. Yeah, I love that game.
That was Surgeon. Well, we've got Surgeon Simulator, which is a similar thing, I guess, but more
I guess so.
horrific.
But you haven't got like a little like otaku wife or waifu that turns up and is like, "I want you to be the best doctor ever. I can see the power inside you." Which is
that what you need to succeed, Marcus? You need an otaku wife.
I need a little otaku wife to pop up to like give me the confidence I need to
push you to do what you need to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the failure of therapists. There aren't enough otaku wife therapists out there. People would get far more invested.
It's true. I would love that at tournaments. When I'm at like a game tournament and it's just like I feel a bit down, like I'm about to tilt. I just need someone to turn up to be like, "Don't worry, Marcus, you've got this." And I'll be like, "Thanks."
Well, next time you do it, I'll turn up in a schoolgirl uniform and I'll just go like, "Gah!"
And I'll be like, "Thanks, Josh, you son." And then
I'll do a Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I'll draw the beginnings of a smile on my hand so we can do a friendship thing.
Friendship thing.
And then the inner
Believe
pharaoh.
in the heart of the cards, no matter what. Let the games begin.
I don't. That had
Sorry,
an ace.
I mentioned that, and from the other room, my partner just screams the rest of it.
Just screams, no matter what.
Yeah, all I heard from the other room was, no matter what, let the games begin.
Speaking of, you know what I'm surprised, because the Pokemon card game was a bit weird to actually play.
Yeah, I will
From
say
what I
we just
remember.
talked over the big reveal that Callie was really excited about, which is
What, Coffee Talk episode 2?
Yeah, Hibiscus and Butterfly, which is coming out. So I'm sure Callie will probably play that on stream. So look forward to that. Well,
I wouldn't surprise me. Well, there's My Lovely Wife. Nobody has a face. It's weird.
That is weird. Okay, I don't like the fact they have no mouths. Back to what you were talking about, Josh.
Yeah, the Pokemon card game was kind of odd to play because when it started, they streamlined it a lot. But I remember when it started, you had the energy cards, Pokemon cards, and tokens. You had these little glass bead things that were supposedly to count it, from what I remember. But I think they dropped them.
They did. They took them out of the game.
Oh, Demon Waifu.
Demon Waifu.
I love me a Demon Waifu.
I don't know. There are a lot of like effort. Demon Waifu. There's a lot.
What waifu isn't actually a lot of effort?
I don't know. I think the cat ones.
Oh, there's a lot of care that goes into your cat waifu. Have you not read How to Care for Your Cat Waifu by Callie?
I have not by Callie. It's true. Actually, we're here to promote right now.
It's a 200,000 word doctorate on how to care for your...
A manifesto, if you will.
But not the kind of manifesto that ends badly.
No, the one that ends you with a cat waifu. So...
A Space for the Unbound. It looks like it's got two world kind of situation from what I saw. Half real world, half mythical world.
Yeah.
A bit like...
Yeah, it does look a bit strange. What are they? I get told a million times what they're called in Japanese, that particular genre, and I always forget.
No idea.
Opening up and people going into it. But yeah, because Forspoken is that, like a Western version of that coming out.
Yeah.
Whenever that comes out, I know it got delayed again. So
probably never would be my answer.
No, Square Enix, it's made. Like Square Enix is definitely like bringing it out. I just don't know when.
No, it'll be like Half-Life 3. It'll never come out.
It'll never come out.
I mean, I suppose you could say Half-Life Alyx is Half-Life 3.
A lot of people would disagree with you on that.
So, well, I'm not a huge fan of Half-Life. I was a Halo fan in the day.
Yeah, me either. I was also a Halo boy.
I have since played Half-Life 1, and it's all right. It's not exactly amazing.
No,
and now Robot Republic is dead.
Fan anyway, like when it comes to PC shooters.
Well, they're doing the remake of Max Payne now.
Yeah.
The full, not a remake. Is it remaster?
Remaster, yeah, remasters now, isn't it?
I'll be curious how they fix the fact that Max Payne 1 was notoriously difficult.
It was really hard, yeah.
And that was mostly due to the fact that mechanics didn't make sense for a lot of it.
And the camera angle constantly shite. It would just get stuck in a pillar for no reason. So.
Oh wow, the Indonesian Game Day exchange.
Cool.
I mean, you wouldn't imagine Indonesia as having a huge game industry, but they supposedly do, or at least it's growing.
Let me give a Google to learn about Indonesia game.
Going to Google to learn about Indonesia. Oh, it's a country.
Yeah.
But then I'm also surprised there's never been a Digimon card game, but I guess the Digimon card game wasn't that big.
Well, Josh, there is a Digimon card game. It came out about a year ago and is doing very well in real life CG. It's a very good card game.
Is it on Steam?
It is not on Steam, unfortunately. It is in real life. So hopefully they actually put it digitally into a format.
I mean, you would feel that they would have done it digitally first, what with it being
Digimon.
Yeah. Digimon. But then I'm still hoping that Digimon Survive has an online version, because I'm surprised that no Digimon game that I can think of so far has had online, really. I think Cyber Wars might have done. Or Cyber Sleuth.
Coffee Talk was actually done by an Indonesian company.
Yeah. But all of those games, I think, were.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's 15 game studios that are seen internationally in Indonesia. A-Gate, Touchstone Games, Lintara, Digital Happiness, which did Coffee Talk, Rift Floor. Yeah, loads. Very, very well done, Indonesia.
She got it. Yeah.
I didn't.
Very much so.
That was indie. She was a round of applause.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. And indie games. So indie
But yeah, no, I can't think of any
Nice. Now you're
Digimon game that had an online version to it.
No, not like card game wise.
Indie Waves opening
Not even just normal wise. I mean, you would think it would make sense considering it is online.
Yeah. You
But
would.
then I'd
Do
have
you-
also thought they would have gone MMO with it at some point.
Yeah. If you're trying to get every PS2 game, then you must be trying to get is it Eye of the Storm? What was the card game that had you had the camera? It was a PS2 game.
God, there's the horror games as well that had a camera.
Yeah, there was a camera that you put the cards underneath and then put it into the game.
Yeah,
That
sounds.
was,
I don't know. I mean, the task ahead of us is incredibly different because the amount of PS2 games is absurd.
yeah, it is bonkers.
I'm not sure. The Living Kofun Maholova.
Club looks for a dead body. Okay.
Okay, that sounds like a title you made before you made the game.
Indeed, what's a Kofun?
I'm not sure. Ido is a visual novel. Oh, that's
Kofun are megalithic tombs or Tolma in Northeast Asia, covering the remaining constructed in the Japanese archipelago between the middle of the 3rd century. There we go.
ooh, Hotel Renovator. Strikes me like a mobile game.
I'll vacuum all those dust piles.
Zodiac Legion. That's a hexagonal battle game.
Yeah.
I quite like the old animations though.
Yeah, I like that sort of what's it called? Dungeon fight stuff.
And yet, saying that, playing the old Fallout and the old Boulders is really difficult now, just to get used to the way they play because they're very
passing
slow.
The animation is very, very slow in Baldur's Gate.
It's also just the control systems rarely make sense. Like the original Fallout, the controls are weird.
Yeah,
Hammer of Virtue has you fighting a bear in armor,
beautiful.
but I do like the Destructo physics.
I like
Even
structure physics.
though they've gone down the Destructo physics because of everything being sort of like it's made out of cardboard.
Yeah. Where's Red Faction gone? I guess it's probably not the best time currently for a Red Faction game. But
Well, they recently did a big thing with, well, I say recently, it was a while ago. They remade, I think it was Gorilla.
okay, cool.
Like they did a console upgrade version of it. But the thing is, Red Faction as a series, there's really no connection between Red Faction 1 and 2 and then the later games, except they're on Mars.
Right,
The
okay.
weird.
It was just more of like that was one of the first games to do like proper scenery destruction, right?
Yeah, Red Faction 1 had, I think they called it wasn't geophysics, but it was like it, where you basically could dig into rocks. It was limited,
Yeah.
you know. Sacrifier. There's a game I'm surprised we haven't seen any new versions of. The Breath of Fire series hasn't had anything come out in a while.
That's true, a very long time.
But with World of Mana being remade, I'm surprised we're not seeing... And it would work in that kind of 2D-ish design, because the original game was very 2D. All the series were, really. I don't know what this is.
This
Like a
looks
base builder?
That's kind of cool.
So many bases.
Chambers of yeah, you're basically making an evil base that basically attacks other people. So it's kind of like this weird Tetris like battle up.
And then this, you're making your own bullet hell.
Bullet casters, casting bullets.
Quiet Mansion 1. That's a remake. Kengo Hazard. That's another first person.
Oh.
Words King. Oh god, it's violent Scrabble.
That's brilliant. It's like Scribble.
Oh, did you ever
Scribble
play
with
the
Scrabble.
Typing of the Dead? That was it.
Typing them dead for dyslexia, for a man with dyslexia. Not great.
I was always more of a fan of Mavis Beacon. Her calming words helped pass the day.
Oh.
But as a man with dyspraxia, typing is never fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have both. So good times.
Always entertaining having that kind of day.
Yeah.
This is very...
Uncle Romo.
Paragon is robot. It's a survival game from what I can see. It's very
Horizon Zero Dawn, but
Yeah,
with a rifle.
it's Horizon Zero
Oh,
Dawn
but you
met
can
with
3D print a fucking dinosaur to ride. So
cool. This is a game about mental health
yeah.
and called The Wreck.
Look,
Always a
just
good.
look. It's called Life is Strange. They're amazing. Just make more of those.
I mean, I just did a review that's just released for Life is Strange Color one. I can't
Yeah.
remember its name now, and it was fine. It was very pretty and the music was amazing, but it definitely needed better choices. I found the choices to be a bit redundant.
Yeah, the choices I feel in colors is more about it's very railroady.
Mm.
It's more about exploring, like it's more about discovering the narrative than choosing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, none of your choices really affect that much that
No,
it feels.
it's more about your choices are for you to learn more rather than for your decisions to actually change the game, like in Life is Strange.
Yeah. I'm surprised seeing, I mean, Summoner's Fate looks very mobile game.
Yeah.
The Wandering Village has I'll tell you one game I am looking forward to is, have you seen the thing for Cult of the Lamb?
No, what's this?
Cult of the Lamb is basically like if Animal Crossing met Satan.
Right, okay.
So you play as a
didn't
small
do it.
lamb who essentially starts building a cult in your village. So the thing is
I did see this. It looks great.
and you can sacrifice non-believers and you get more powerful. And it looks amazing.
Yeah, I do want to play that.
This is just, I'm not sure what this is.
A SNES game.
Infinite Guitars.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Rhythm RPG.
Yeah, okay.
I'm already seeing my nightmare. Oh, but there's waifus, and there's a cat's waifu. Callie will be ecstatic.
In this universe, yeah. Awakening of the Erudite Empress.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's kind of like the point where games like that have been set where they have to have massive titles.
Yeah, it's
like,
just so you can read as much as possible. I'm not sure what Monster Tribe. It looks like a village simulator. Never looted dungeon. I like the concept of a never looted. You're just throwing bags of money at people. Ooh. Ooh.
I love kicking a rat in the face.
I'm not sure how I feel about the giant spider.
Okay, a card. I literally said the other day, where is my puzzle battlers? And here we go, Demon's Mirror.
I know you said you love a match-and-thon and a card game.
Yeah. Thanks,
Pale Knight, isn't that? I have seen the trailer for this, but it didn't. No, I saw a different game that looked like this where you hide.
Oh, Pale Knight is just when Riku puts on armor. So that's a Pale Knight right there.
I don't know if he's watching, but he's going to have sneezed at some point from that.
Yeah.
Terracotta.
Very big owl.
That's quite the description. Terran Victor. Okay. It's a satellite simulator with 9 years of shadows. And then the sun goes away.
Interesting. There was that indie game that played with time where each day was like a new day in the game.
Yeah, I remember you guys mentioning it yesterday.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
I like the concept, but I always feel like when they say it's a new day, how dramatic are the changes actually going to be?
Not really. Like the whole point of the game is you are basically waiting for like this god to reemerge.
Yeah.
You're kind of there to like things. So you like read books, like learn, do little things in here. You can do stuff that speed it along. So the point of the game is like obviously getting there as fast as you can. So you can do things that will obviously increase the meter, but obviously hours. I think it's called like 1,000 hours or something.
See, my thing with those is, as I said, my biggest concern is always that they're going to come out and say, oh, it's different every day. And the changes are so minimal, you can't.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you just don't see enough changes to warrant caring. Or if it just becomes kind of like Ocarina Majora's Mask. the day runs out before you've done everything and you can't find the thing you needed to find, and then you've got to restart all over again.
Yeah.
Like Majora's
What
Mask
did that really well was it 30 seconds or 60-second roguelike or 60
Yeah.
That was really good. Where it's like those the minuscule things you can do in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, and it genuinely changed, and it does felt like you were progressing and moving on, and that was a time mechanic. I thought that actually
is that the one where they had because they had one with Daisy Ridley as the wife, and it was the husband and wife, and a guy breaks into the house and shoots them both.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
That's a similar thing. You have until you're shot, and you've got to figure out why he's doing it and try and stop it, and it keeps going and going and going, and when you try and stop it, it doesn't stop it, etc., etc.
Interesting.
I mean, this looks.
You had like Bokora.
I don't like how slow they move.
No.
I don't like a game where I can't run.
No, this is some Tower 2 Brother stuff.
Even the falling is really slow. And there's why do they keep showing the dead deer that they're sleeping next to? I don't know what's happening.
Maybe it's a horror game.
It depends how much you find decaying seats are horrifying.
But they kept doing like the horror twitch, right? When it was like in the middle.
Oh, the very Doki Doki. Everyone's freaking. That's just fun to say. Doki Doki.
It is very fun to say. Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. It'll be replaced with the Spy X Family Waku Waku.
Waku Waku.
I don't know. This is just a 2-person puzzle game. It's like that. Brothers. Did you ever play Brothers?
Yeah, Tower 2 Brothers.
Yeah, which was. It was fine. So I have an older brother, and we've never worked that well together on anything.
The story is very sad. It's a very sad tale.
Everybody dies.
Wow. One dies, particularly.
Everybody
dies.
I mean, that is indie games had a period with the like Limbo, Inside. It was all just big-headed children dying horribly.
Yeah.
But then I played Fast Sails, I think it is. Where you have it's basically running a ship as you continuously go right.
Right, okay.
It was actually really good. Rising Tide Fast Sails, that was it. There is a review on it on Robot Republic.
Cool.
But it was a while ago. But it was the concept of micromanaging a ship while you're going means that games like this, where it's 2 of you, it becomes a lot more fast-paced as you're trying to do a bunch of stuff in one.
Yeah, that reminds me of Fire and the Floods.
Yeah.
Kind of had a raft. It was, again, a kind of roguelike where you started upstream, you go down, you have to like collect stuff to survive as you go along, and the choice of thing, that was interesting.
Or just Raft. I mean, I played Raft for a while, which was interesting, but it did suffer from it. Just the issue with games like that, and indie games do it too, where you have a single enemy, is once you upgrade to a certain point, it loses a lot of the threat.
Yeah.
You know, in Raft, once your ship
destroy it. But that's what Forest does really well. Like Eric's just recently got into Forest, and I keep meaning to join him in it, but don't have time. But yeah, where the enemy actually increases the more you get. So there's some of these technological triggers. Like once you start getting a particular base, more stronger enemies come at you. So it's always sort of challenging you and pushing you. So you never feel like you've really, get a hold. Because once you've got a hold, they just throw something bigger at you.
Well, the problem I have with Forest is it just reminds me of, do you remember Total Biscuit?
Yep.
Do you remember he played that game where the developers tried to sue him, which was a similar thing to Forest?
Yep.
It just reminds me of that game, which you can't find anymore. They've taken it off the thing. Oh, we're on the PlayStation specific indie games.
Here we go.
This is already Animu.
Animu. I must find my lost daughter, taken through a portal. Now it's in space.
Animation's weird. Become a god-slaying knight. My friends are by me as I go.
Friendship will be the journey we find, but also a talking cat. Wow.
I'm gonna grab the lady's breast and it'll be a funny moment. Take a shot.
I'll look to the camera, do a little wink. It'll be fun, fan service. Ew.
This girl hates me, but she doesn't. Because it's a whole thing.
But she doesn't know that I killed her dad. The reveal of season 2. The end of season 1.
That is the reveal of this game.
Yeah. But she doesn't know that I killed her dad.
It wasn't intentional. I'm a demon.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the
He's
female.
a demon. Of course, that makes sense in this anime lost epic.
Oh yeah, he's a demon who's turned into a human who's now like.
Yeah, and it's not
Super
too lost to
naive.
me and Josh because we wrote it. Spoiler. We wrote the story. You know.
We've already ruined the season. You've seen it now.
Yeah, you've seen it. You don't need to watch it. It was
But if
just
you ever watched Fairy Tale, it's basically that,
Yeah,
but with less cats
or less cats. And then why bother?
or more cats.
Or more.
Ooh, rafting sim.
Oh,
That is very pretty water.
I've seen this before. Is this Mari? Is it called Mari?
I don't know. Unfortunately, it's not solving the one issue I will always have with these games, in that I'm terrified of the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's why I won't play Subnautica. I am literally terrified.
Yeah, I never thought I was scared of the water or the ocean until I watched Eric play Subnautica, and I was like, hell fucking no.
Pretty much any game where there's like an ocean that I can dive into, my response will always be no,
That's fair.
because you don't know what's in it. Chia.
Chia. Cool.
That's very pretty. It looks very relaxing,
It
to be
looks
honest.
relaxing. It's got
Except for the
some
water.
Breath of the Wild-esque sort of gliding. Cool.
I mean, I like the concept. It's giving me very Moana vibes, to be fair.
Will this help you with your fear of the water, Josh?
No,
No.
because now I'm playing a small girl trying to swim in an ocean where there's probably sharks. That's worse.
No, this doesn't look like a shark game.
Oh yeah, they never look like shark games, and then you play them, and suddenly dun and dun and hell, I played Maneater in order to be the shark, and do you know what happened? Bigger sharks.
Oh no.
Even as a shark, I'm being attacked by sharks,
Isn't that really just the real world?
and it's not even sharks. Do you know what it is? It's giant squid.
True. It doesn't matter how big you get. There's always a bigger shark out there.
No, I'm scared of giant squid.
Oh, okay.
From that movie, The Beast, from like 1999 or 2002, it was giant. Oh, he's a happy.
I've been looking forward for this for a while. I
What?
love kaijus. I love robots. Yeah, Gigabash.
It's weirdly reminiscent. Did you ever play the Godzilla fighter game?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, this looks rad and it looks fun, and I want to play it.
I'm still waiting for there to be a fighting game that's like fully destructible cities. But like, you know how you see in Man of Steel when they're fighting through the city and punching, but I want a fighting game like that.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
I want to be
You
able to
have
smash.
like the Injustice cut throughs where
Yeah,
like,
but it's not quite. I want to be able to smash someone through a building. They get up, grab a random pillar, hit me with it, and I smash through the other side of the building into
that's
another
kind of
building.
why I play the miniature game Marvel Crisis Protocol, because everything in that is destructible. So you pick up cars, throw it at your opponent. You can pick up people.
That's why I play-
throw them
I-
into buildings.
Still play Hulk Ultimate Destruction, the best Marvel game that ever made.
I love that big abominable snowman. And I love that you can like get ultimate versions.
I like that he smiles. He's a very happy guy.
He's a happy man.
He's a happy snowman.
He's a
Oh, they broke the build. Oh no, he's in a tornado.
Is it a Royal Rumble? Do you have to throw him out or just do enough damage in the circle?
I think it's damage looking at the health above them, but it might be a bit Smash Brothers. You know, you can knock them out or knock them out,
Yeah.
It's like a Smash Brothers kind of a thing.
but it's yeah, because they're not going out at the moment. If you look, they're just being pushed along.
Yeah.
Giga kick,
Giga kick. Giga bash. Yes, please.
dynamic entry all over that.
Unfortunately, it won't be on Switch. And that looks like a perfect Switch game, and not so much.
No, they're all PlayStation. So 2 are 2022 and tier
Master's
is 2023.
Oh, cool.
PlayStation.
Another live performance.
I don't know what they're live performing.
Whatever it is, we must respect it, Josh.
I respect everything
Yeah, good.
Oh, triple play.
except for myself.
Even a Nazi playing a kazoo? Would you respect that? Oh my god, what?
I'm not sure what I've walked into.
I don't know what's happening here.
I wish he didn't make eye contact with me as he was doing
I
it.
just walked into someone's bedroom.
I feel like I need to actually put the volume on.
Wow. Oh, I love a Cuphead-esque. Wow.
I mean, did you watch the Cuphead series?
I haven't yet. I love the Cuphead game. I'm still waiting for the DLC. Can't wait for it. But
So I never played Cuphead the game.
I completed it. It's one of my crown glories.
Crown and Glory is to complete Cuphead the game.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Shows
from
how
what,
much of a life I haven't really had. But
from what I understand, it's a lot easier to complete if it's 2 player. I know that much.
yeah, 2-player is easier. 1-player solo play is a fucking ball ache.
Well, it's Persona Band. As Callie just put in the chat, Persona Band. I don't think it's a Persona Band.
What, are you saying it is a band made of someone's persona? Or it's a band that
I
does
mean, the guy on the
Persona
drums
music?
does strike me as somebody's persona. But we don't want to get too into Persona because they just did the new Persona Arena, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, that's coming out soon.
Which I'm surprised by, in all fairness. Because I can't remember the Persona... I mean, Persona 4 had the last Arena game. They didn't do one Persona 3. But Persona 4 had every offshoot you could possibly imagine. They had dancing games, arena fighter games. The fighter game wasn't even bad.
Yeah. To be fair, the fighting Dino Destiny, what's it called?
Dissidia Final Fantasy?
No, I'm talking about the guys that did what's the series called? Where it's like ancient feudal Japan, but you have like fan weapons and you kill lots of people coming at you.
Oh, Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors. Obviously, like the guys that did Dynasty Warriors did the Persona game, and they obviously doing the
Persona Strikers.
Yeah, Persona Strikers.
I love Persona Strikers. I thought it was really good. The only downside was there's no connection to what you did in the last game.
I want to find out who this is because I'm going to add this to a fucking playlist. They slap.
I'm not sure. Dainashi, maybe? I'm looking at the... I'm sure they'll tell us at some point.
This might be the Persona band.
It might be. I mean, Callie is saying...
Yeah.
Callie's trying to type with black and pink nails drying. He's just typed emo life. Spelt poorly, I might add, and he's our editor, so that's depressing.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Persona Strikers was it was good, but I was disappointed you didn't have the relationships you had in the first one. Understandably, but
makes sense.
Yeah, but it meant you didn't feel the connection to the last game. Really wish the drum guy would stop staring into my soul.
No, that's how he drums. That's how he gets better, by taking the essence of other people. The Kitsun Warrior is going for it.
I can't remember what that instrument he's playing is called.
I don't know.
And it's going to annoy me.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's fallen asleep. I'm not saying I want him to take off his mask and for it to be Matthew Mercer, seeing as he also played Fox.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, this one's called Needy Girl Overdose. It's the game Needy Girl Overdose, I believe.
Approval Desire. Is that the name of the band?
No, I think it's the name of a song. Approval Desire it's from a game, basically.
Damn, I feel like I should start doing some chores. I'm just start tidying my room to this.
I feel like we should have this in our anime, Marcus.
I think we should.
This can be the battle theme.
This is right after she finds out that he killed her dad.
Yeah, but she hasn't found out he's a demon yet.
No, there's a silence. Pauses down. This is where he starts building up his demon power.
And then they start running across a green field as the credits play.
Lots of this.
And she transforms and her clothes get miraculously smaller.
Indeed. She needs a magical girl transformation. That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it works. What was the one where their clothes were their power? I can't remember.
Oh, Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
Kill la
was...
Kill was fucking rad. I love Kill la Kill.
I've never watched it.
So good. It's like a meta conversation about that stuff. Like the whole show like criticizes magical girl stuff. It's very interesting. It's good.
The only bit I've seen of it is where the guy with a sword hits her a lot.
My shoulder popped out.
Oh, and everything with the Makoto girl.
Yeah. Well, also like her weapon is like half a scissor, right? So because the other half killed her dad. It's all about dads being killed.
Well, why wouldn't your dad be killed by half a scissor?
Indeed, because he was the head tailor of the town. So, excuse me.
Finger. Okay. I'm concerned by finger. Finger. I am curious as to what this is going to be as I play with my sonic screwdriver.
That's what we say.
Oh, the battery in it's gone. Oh, it's a VTuber? I'm confused.
What are they drawing?
I think that... Okay.
There is a VTuber streaming platform where they can play different games.
Right, is that what this is?
Yeah. So it's a platform where you can play mini games as a VTuber.
I mean,
I don't get VTubers, and that's okay. I'm a 33-year-old man.
While I feel like I would be quite the VTuber, I mean, the anime me would just be a large head. That's all I am, is just very large.
I want to be a Fromp from Mario. Fromp. That's what I want to be.
Just drop.
Yeah. Warm. Hey, everybody. How's it going? I'm going to play some Resident Evil today. Just disappear. I come down every, 10 seconds, but still talking. So
I feel like that'd be horribly distracting.
Yeah, it'd be funny, though.
What would I be as a VTuber? I just want to be a xenomorph. But all I ever am is an event. You just see the occasional long spindly fingers in the vent, and then that's it. That's all I speak as well. It's just like...
That's it. Just hissing.
I'll be honest, I don't understand how VTubers work. I don't know how they get the actual animations.
Well, it's all jigging, right? You take an avatar and you jig it to it. So it's the metaverse stuff that's been going on for a while with VR chat, where you can you basically just actual animation. You basically have a jig and you apply polygons to that jig and just add it. So you basically map it to movements. That's all the VTuber stuff is.
What? So when you move, your avatar moves?
Yeah, exactly. And like you basically program it. It's kind of like, kind of MySpace, but for avatars. Where you just
I mean,
kind of make what you want.
To say I have sporadic movements would be an understatement. So I feel like if I had a VTube, it would just horrifically explode.
Yeah. So like maps to like how you move, and you can also add particular like emojis and stuff for them to do, or facial expressions and so on, things like that. There's a whole like NFT space where people like NFTing avatars for you to jig and so on. But
to be fair, like the actual details of it are fascinating. I mean, it's an amazing piece of technology.
I think also to give the chance of people who wouldn't normally, be seen as, a streamer, the chance to like YouTube to like gain more confidence. It's kind of a thing now, I guess.
Well, then you get into the dark, twisted world of people claiming that only attractive people can be streamers,
Yeah, of course, which is bullshit. So
yeah,
I completely agree with you. But
I mean, Twitch Twitch is strange now anyway, trying to figure out what's popular on it.
Yeah.
But then you see other people who are hugely popular from streaming. So it is a mix. I think the content you're able to come out with is more important than anything else.
Yeah. Like, I'm not on the posts of streaming. Holy shit. Like, the guy, it's just weird for me. Like, the people that I watched just keep getting bigger and bigger to the point they getting bought out by companies. Like Rooster Teeth, I was a massive fan of. Now they're owned by Warner Brothers. So, fucking, I'm not really into
I'm not happy with Rooster Teeth and the way they went with Red versus Blue. I don't like the new Red versus Blue.
No, it's bad.
And they also lost, I think they lost Caboose.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they lost him because he was
he was a conspiracy wanker. So, yeah.
So I get it, but the new people are just kind of nah. They're not bad actors or anything, but they're just nah.
Indeed, it is what it is. But yeah, recently because it kind of isn't what it was, and
then they did Red versus Blue. Red, Blue, White, Yellow, or whatever it is.
Oh yeah,
which just isn't very good.
No, it's not.
I don't get the draw of it.
No, I do not
but
understand.
Then maybe it's just not for me.
That's the other thing. I was like, you know what? I've had my time with Rooster Teeth. I've had good content from them. It's up to other people now. That's cool. Other people for them to enjoy them. The same like Game Grumps. Like I still watch Game Grumps here and there, but I remember, the problematic days of JonTron. So.
I mean, Game Grumps constantly has problematic days at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they keep finding themselves in a bit of issues.
Oh, really? What? Like something that Danny says, or like?
Not so much. They had the issue a while ago with the accusations made against Dan. There were a bunch of accusations. Right. Then they had other issues with the stuff that has been said. They also sometimes have issues with people going, "Oh, I met Aaron at a thing and he wasn't who he was on the stream," and you're like, well, yeah, he's not.
Well, yeah,
it's
he's
a
not
character.
A performing monkey, and he's a character on stream, like.
And he's also famously not big on, meeting people.
He actually says that all the time, and everything he's struggling with. No, I haven't seen the accusation stuff about Danny. That makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's with the one I still watch Zero Punctuation whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
But I would never expect to meet Yahtzee in real life because
I assume Yahtzee would be an arsehole. So
no, I mean he's famously super dislikes big groups of people and being spoken to by people he doesn't know, and that's fair enough.
Have you read his book?
I've read all of his books, except Differently Morphous. I still have that one to read.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet, but no.
But I loved his Mogworld book. I loved Jam.
Yeah, Mogworld is great. I've got a first edition somewhere. I don't know how much that is now. So,
well, it's not worth the same as a Harry Potter first edition.
No, it isn't.
Put it that way.
But this is true.
But I'm glad I don't have a Harry Potter first edition, because if I'd have gotten that as a kid, I would have ruined it.
Yeah, I would have absolutely savaged it.
And now, I'd look back and go, fuck. From what I can tell from this, looking at it, it's mostly mini games.
Yeah, I think it's just like the thing that Twitch were doing, where people were designing games solely for Twitch, right? where you had those games where people could, like Vermintide, there was mods where people could like use their bits to spawn more Skaven, things like that. So I think someone's just made a platform like that before YouTubing. So
I never got into Vermintide that, mostly because I could only play with randos, and it's not really a game you want to play with people you don't know.
no, not
but it was interesting, but it's a bit like the Mordheim game. I just never got into it that much.
Yeah, my Destiny crew that I used to like raid with Destiny got into it, so we played quite a lot of it.
I got it. I never played. I played bits of Destiny. I played bits of bloody
My fire team. Shout out to my fire bros.
Do you guys have a cool fire team name?
No, Cucks. Cuck Salad is what we're called.
Cuck Salad. That is
Cuck Salad.
That is a name.
Yeah, Cuck Salad.
Not a good name, but it's
no nuts because I'm allergic to them. So
Cuck Salad with no nuts.
No nuts. Leave out the nuts. Cuck Salad. Leave out the nuts.
If you've got to explain your dietary preferences inside of it, it's a bit overextended.
But you know what? Safe.
Cuck salad, no nuts and no dressing because I like it dry.
Gluten free, become a celiac, yo.
Veganism for life. What?
What?
Then again, I can't mock. I had a vegan burrito last night.
Oh, how was it?
It was nice. I went to central London to meet a mate of mine. Nice. And naturally, I hate being, as someone who born and raised in London, I hate central London.
Fair. I love it. As a hobbit that lives in the southwest, I love going up to the Big Smoke. I'm like, oh, look at all these buildings. The Shire ain't got these.
Look at all them tall buildings.
I know. Look at those tall buildings. That's where the business gets done, my small hobbit friends.
That one there has got more windows than our Gladys's shed, and that's all windows. You know what I mean?
Catch a train to anywhere in London, not down here in the southwest. There's some places that are 20 minutes away from car, but take me 4 hours on a fucking train.
That where we live, we've got a Gary who runs the bus, and he only comes every Thursday.
He only comes every Friday.
And then there's Harim who runs the one cab, but he's not doing a good job, so we're not talking to him because he insulted our Sarah.
He did.
So we're not doing that. No way, no how.
Turned out he killed Sarah's dad, and he's actually a demon.
What an arsehole!
What an arsehole!
That's why you don't have any anime set in the West Country.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to fight you with the power of friendship, only after 4, because I got to go down pub.
I got some slurs to make.
In fact, you know what? That's a lie. There is one. The Magnus's Bride is basically in the West Country.
Oh, really?
But that's a sheep-headed thing.
Wasn't there a Solomon Kane anime as well?
There was a Solomon Kane movie.
Yeah, which is obviously based around Devon, so...
Yeah, and is hilarious because it tries to make pilgrims cool, which is really difficult.
Trying to make pilgrims cool.
You know, he comes out in his pilgrim hat with the coat, and it's like, I'm now a bad arse. And you're looking at him again, you look like a twit, mate.
You look like an absolute bellend.
But then he was that's the same guy. What's his bloody name? He was in the Resident Evil movie. And he was also...
Was it Viggo Mortensen? It wasn't Viggo.
No, because he was also Mark Anthony in the Rome series.
We still on Finger? We are, yeah.
Yeah, it's still just doing the... they're going to promote it because it's VTubers, which are huge right now.
Yeah, they are massive. It's true.
Hell, even Takahata 101's become a VTuber.
Live! Everyone tune in for some Finger Bingo Live!
Finger Bingo Live. I'm pretty sure that's the last time I went to a nightclub in Essex.
I was about to say, I think Finger Bingo Live is the thing that Rico will do if we hit that mysterious number in the Patreon.
Well, it's not so mysterious anymore.
Well, we mention it once, never mention it again.
Yeah, I feel like Riku is making up the worst possible idea of what will happen if he reach this Patreon goal.
Indeed.
Like, it's an open-ended assault of what could happen.
I feel like they could have done something better than Finger Bingo.
I mean, you're talking about it.
It's true. You know what? You're talking about it. You're thinking about it. You're already there.
Yeah, you're going to wake up in the middle of the night. Just go, Finger Bingo.
Finger Bingo. Live.
I've seen it.
It's live.
It's genius compared to non-live bingo. Wouldn't that ruin the point? I can just fast forward and see what the numbers are.
Yeah. When does this end?
I don't know. This is a lot longer than the last one.
Are we trapped here, Josh? Is this
Callie's
our
left
hell?
us here. He knows what we've
Just
done.
left us here to lose our minds. Like we've made an anime up.
We've made an anime up. We've discovered your love of Pixie Dream Girls who are 15.
No. That's not true. Slander. Absolute slander.
Yeah, but if I do it in print, it's libel.
It's true. It's true.
And I've done it in print. Tweeted it.
Tweeted it. It's out there.
Well, to be fair, your picture for the bloody Discord we have is what's his name?
Arcade.
Arcade, and I'm pretty sure Arcade had a story where he came out as something like that.
What, as a nonce?
Yeah, I think so.
I know he trapped a load of teenagers on an island for a death out.
Well, that's who hasn't.
Yeah, who hasn't?
I mean, the X-Men do that every other day. They just trap teenagers in a room they call the Danger Room.
It's true. Well, now on Krakoa, where they just kill them and it doesn't matter, they come back. So.
But didn't Arcade turn up in that Modoc TV show? Yeah, he did. You know the Modoc TV show?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I know.
Yeah, Arcade turns up in it.
Cool. I love Arcade. I know he's in Robot Chicken.
What isn't in Robot Chicken?
Yeah. Arcades, man. Arcade is actually a killer world where you will die. All death is blah, 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 blah.
I mean, to be fair, both Marvel and DC's have numerous people who have a Death Planet that's a TV show. I mean, hell, they've got the fat guy in Marvel, the alien with the tubes coming out of his head.
DC have Mongol, who obviously is like the War Planet.
Yeah, his War Planet was a TV show in the Justice League cartoon.
Oh, what, in Unlimited? Or...
Yeah, so, you know, a little bit of magical DC lore for you
Justice
there.
League Unlimited was so good.
It was a great show.
Good fucking show. I need to catch up on Young Avengers.
I'm waiting until they actually have Red Hood turn up in Young Justice because they've teased him numerous times, and it's now called Phantoms, which screams it. But I don't know when they'll do it.
I don't know.
I reckon they'll do it as a finale.
One thing that keeps weirding me out at the moment, well, not weirding me out, is DC obviously did their Pride covers for the first time last year. As a dirty capitalist, I bought every single one because a lot of the artists were queer and I liked a lot of the cover art. And also it shows, hopefully, them to do more queer storylines where they don't
they have done with
Maggie.
Tim Drake. Tim Drake's now bi.
Yeah, the Tim Drake story was really good. And obviously John's bi as well.
Yeah. So we just got to wait for those two to realize the Bat Soups connection everybody always wanted.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think
crack on.
I think they made that. From what I remember of my fan days, is they tend to push that more with Damien and the other one. I think it's Jonathan Kent.
Jonathan Kent is by Damien. Damien is really. I see Damien being asexual at this point. Like,
I see Damien as being unpleasant. So
it's true. I kind of like Damien. To be fair though, I love the Grant Morrison run when he was Robin with Dick. Like,
no, that
Dick
was
really good.
He was better. My issue with Damien stemmed from the new animated movies where they had Damien beating Batman, Damien beating Deathstroke, and it's just sort of like, this is boring.
Yeah,
he's 12. How is he beating these people?
Well, he was like genetically modified.
He's still 12.
Yeah, but he's like the genetic modifier of Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, and Batman together.
And that's fine, but the thing is, genetic modification doesn't mean your muscles grow any faster, so you're still 12.
Yeah.
You could have genetically modified Superman if he's 12.
Not 12 anymore because he rapidly aged when he's been in hell, and now he's just got out of hell.
So he survived hell, basically.
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
I mean, I will say this. I'm the biggest Jason Todd fan. That's my go-to with the Bat family. I love the Jason Todd and the Outsiders. I loved his whole run that he's done. He's now with Task Force Z, which is interesting.
Z, which is cool.
I was possibly one of the few people who actually liked Three Jokers.
I hated it, but yeah.
But I also like Jason Todd and Barbara Gordon as a thing. That's a thing I like.
That's fair. That was one thing I liked out of it, but Three Jokers, man, I just... Who wrote it? It was... Fuck.
Oh, hold on. We've gotten into terrifying drawing people.
Meverse, but in hell.
Meverse, but creepier.
Yeah.
Actually, Meverse is super creepy anyway with the pulp music.
Yeah. Meverse, but if it was done by the anime horror dude that makes slugs come out of people's mouths.
So you have to read the room.
This is, I don't know what this is, and I do like the guy with the afro though.
I don't know, I think some dodgy representation with Japan. They're kind of known for it. So I'm not going to say anything they draw an afro is good.
Well, let's be fair, Japanese games have never been great at referencing certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, look at... I'm trying to think if they ever... Final Fantasy games can be quite bad for it.
Yes.
Like Barrett. Barrett in the original dub is weird. He's very, very stereotypical.
What is this?
I think it's a me. I think you're right. It's a me puzzle thing. Okay, they're in now. They're advertising. Well, I feel like I'm on LSD.
I do. I feel I'm getting a fever. I don't know whether it's just the COVID or whether
it's a fever from the fact Callie's locked us in this room.
Yeah,
with creepy...
like, don't worry, Callie. We'll keep this going. Him knowing it's a 9-hour stream. Just here, like
we'll still be here at 12 p.m.
Plus we're in sunken cost fallacy at this point. We've been
I just said 12 p.m. and it's already 1 o'clock. That's how bad it is.
Fuck, we've been on here since 3 hours nearly. What is happening? This can't be a 3-hour stream.
What is this game? I don't know.
I don't know anymore. At a point, we've got to cut it.
You keep staring at me. What is going on?
I'm also concerned that I haven't pissed for 3 hours.
I've got a bottle of whiskey that's just staring at me going, you know you want to.
Well, it is 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock somewhere.
You know what? I'm going to go make a gin. And I'm going to make a gin.
I can't drink now. It just gives the wrong impression of Robot Republic. It does give the wrong. We've already got Riku streams where he's constantly drinking and looking at furry stuff, which is just no insults, Riku. I love your Thursday streams.
Oh shit! It's Callie at the My Chem concert. Like, he's having a great time.
You think he's doing the opening to every rap album from the 90s?
It is funny. It is funny. It's like a very.
That was just an underarm shot. Check out my pit. I'd show mine, but they're sweating at the moment.
I love my T-shirt, which is "Watch out for dangerous coats. Practice safe sex."
If you join the early access, you can play for free.
Sex spelled SECTS.
Oh no, my fans died.
No.
I'm gonna melt.
F's in chat for the fan.
F's in chat for the sweat patches that are going to expand under my arm.
It's just gonna go.
We've been explaining it the whole time.
Even the guys presenting this, the guy in the middle looks so done.
Yeah, they just don't know.
What do you think we're down here for?
I love. They've just got these sheets of paper. What is this? He has a lemon. Anime lemon, gonna have a thing on my face. This is actually cooking.
Squeeze it, citrusy.
Look at our freaked out cat.
This is a story of.
This is a story all about how I made some chicken. Wow.
I added a lemon and some spices right here. Now we're cooking chicken in our belly.
But we're not cooking, it's actually fighting.
Family battle.
Why don't they just
I am unsure.
I've talked about this before, but I'm a slut for weird sport games. And that dodgeball battle royale game came out.
Oh, Knockout City.
Yeah, I loved it.
I have not played it.
I still play it here and there.
Like,
I bought it.
I don't understand the concepts of dodgeball. I know that if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, but past that, my knowledge is very
It's
limited.
about the 5 Ds of dodgeball: dip, dodge, and dodge, right?
You just said dick, dog, dodge, dog.
Dibbity dub dub.
I mean, this is. I'm trying to figure out why they've got a connection between the two of them, and the only thing I can think of is Ghost of Tsushima. You know, where you do the later levels. If you don't know, then I'm just talking absolute bollocks. But still. Yeah, the guy in the middle looks done. He looks like he's just done. Just fuck.
Oh, and the middle guy in the background.
Yeah.
Not the translators. The translators are hyped. They're still loving it.
Translators are always hyped. That's part of their. Although, do you remember the It was in South Africa. They had a translator, and the guy wasn't a translator.
It was Gandhi's funeral, wasn't it, or something like that?
Nelson Mandela's funeral.
Nelson Mandela's funeral.
Yeah, and they got a translator who didn't know. It was just something.
He was great though. He was like, he was off screen, and he came in. He was just like,
I don't use tartar sauce either.
I hate the tartar sauce. Oh, nasty. Fish and chips and tartar sauce they serve here.
That's right, guys. I'm doing the deaf translation for this, and it's just turned into Naruto Jutsu.
Jutsu. That's something I don't get. Naruto. Never get
That's fine. This is currently more Jutsu signs than the entire of Shippuden ever did.
Eric did show me that Naruto is in Fortnite now, which is funny because it's like he does a jitsu and then a gun appears.
To be fair,
pumping with a gun, and I was like, Naruto.
What isn't in Fortnite at the moment?
This is true.
I mean, this will be Family Battle will be in Fortnite before Family Battle comes out. That's just how Fortnite works.
That's how Fortnite is.
I'm amazed My Hero isn't in Fortnite yet.
Oh shit! It should be.
It will be at some point, but to be honest,
it's big, but it's big with like weebs, right? It's not like wildly popular now, is it?
I think it is. It's not as big as.
If I go to my mum and go, "What's My Hero Academia?" she'll have no clue. But if I go, "What's Marvel and DC?" like she'll know that, right?
Well, yeah, but to be fair, you should probably compare it to other animes rather than Marvel and DC. If you'd asked her that before Marvel and DC became the movies they were.
True. If I ask her any anime, I don't think she'll know what any anime is, to be honest. So.
Maybe Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon, I guess she'll know. Digimon, maybe.
I mean, I know my parents used to despair that I knew the names of the Pokemon more than I knew my times tables. And that's still the case, even today. I still don't know most of my times tables. Because I have a phone with a calculator, so screw you.
Callie!
Hey,
Callie's back.
Callie's back. It's all good. I'm all ready to go. Check it out.
Very
classy.
Very beautiful.
Well, you've joined us.
Or just juggalo, so I'm a little worried. It's a bit too in between.
Do you mean a gigolo? A juggalo is someone who juggles.
It's the fucking insane
Juggalo
clown
is the
posse bands.
Yeah.
Well, you can join us on this.
Hey, don't dish Lethal J, Josh. We'll come for you.
You can join us on this never-ending indie game.
It just won't stop, Callie. It won't
It's
stop.
been an hour and 20 since I left, so it's still going. Has it been new games that just keep showing that?
Don't know.
They're all
This is what
merging.
Marcus
They're
will
all
like,
one.
because it's a deck-building game.
You know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care about cards. I don't care about
But
dice.
I'm here to put you out of misery anyway, because of, I've got to head off in a minute, meaning I need to end this
okay.
stream. So, yeah, I hope you had fun talking about anime. It's been good. I feel like you should come on our Sunday brunches a bit more, Josh. It's
You're more than welcome, mate.
been nerd out over anime.
Well, I'm just going to continue. If I do, I'll just talk about my weird ships that I have that people find odd.
Ships as in like battleships, or like you ship two
No,
characters?
ships as a relationship.
Shipping two characters.
Right, who are you thinking?
Ooh, well, I've already done Jason Todd and Barbara Gordon.
It's good.
That's fine. That's good. That's
Strong.
nice.
the weirdest one or the funniest one to do if you want to annoy people is Bakugo and Jiro.
Oh,
Is that Demon Slayer?
No,
No.
My Hero.
My Hero. It's also arguably the best ship in the entire.
My favorite ship, and I don't like Eric's a fan fiction boy. I'm not, but I read platonic like fan fiction of Joker and Riddler from Gotham. Like where they would just go to the zoo and someone would like insult Riddler, so Joker would kill them with an umbrella and feed them to lions.
Well,
and
you see
then,
the
like,
Gotham
have a happy
TV
day.
series, and they're basically boyfriends in that. And it's
Well, it's
beautiful.
queer baiting. Like they queer baiting.
Yeah, they say Penguin's gay, and then Penguin realizes he's not gay. He just likes connection. And you're kind of like, you can just say he's gay. No one's gonna care.
No one's gonna care. It's fine. No one's gonna.
You know what? Actually, it's DC. That's not true. There will be an entire thread going, "How dare they make my favorite character gay?" To which your response should be,
people
boycott
don't
DC.
even read the fucking comics and don't even know. It's like when John like came out as bi, I was like, great, makes sense. Like the story's really good at the moment, the comic's really good. Majority of the people, I was like, I decided for energy to tackle those people and just have conversations and go, why is this upsetting you? And I go, oh, it's like, okay, right, you know, how do you feel about the comic? Well, I'm not reading it. Okay, you're done. Like, I'm not even like, there's no conversation with you anymore. It's just your opinion and not based on the actual comic. So, like,
it's also the case of, do you actually care who these people were dating? You don't see it 90% of the time.
No.
Hey, he can super suck some dick. That's the only comment I would make on those people's.
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about that. Otherwise, we have to get into how Lois Lane is still alive.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Clark Kent punch a hole in a planet.
Yeah.
That's already been talked about several times in the comics, and that's when I go, bye.
I'm a big fan. Anyway, my favourite ship is Friendship. So thanks for joining us and us good pals.
Boo! No, thanks, Josh, for hanging out. It's been nice talking shit.
Yeah, I'll see you guys at some point, or I'll just do whatever.
And no more indie waves. Goodbye, indie waves. Bye.
Bye, Indie Waves.
Bye, never-ending content.
Bye, Indie Waves. I've been here for 3 hours. 3 hours.
My fan died.